is your home for Arizona basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Set it up from there. Bradley going to drive on Jackson. Throw it back out to Burries. Krivas setting a screen. Burries out top. Checked by Badunga. Drives on Badunga to the bucket. Blocked by Badunga. And grabbed by Council. And he's fouled by Krivas. That might be it with 16.4 to go.
Yeah, Flory Badunga. I said that was the guy that was going to worry me tonight. And boy, did he come to play at both ends of the floor on an evening where the number 9 Kansas Jayhawks were without the best player in the land, Darryn Peterson, who apparently was sick and could not go. But they overcome that, and they knock off the Arizona Wildcats, handing U of A their first loss of the season, 82-78. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. We'll be with you here till, who knows, maybe around midnight or so, talking about this one. Want to get your thoughts on it. We've got the entire crew here with us, as always. The Captain Kelvin Efon. We've got J.W. Madden, whose camera's still down, so you'll just get his beautiful picture there of J.W. Madden, but you'll be able to hear his voice. So, as always, we start with top takeaways, and we will start with your Captain Kelvin Efon. Captain, what did you think of that one tonight?
Honestly, the first thing I thought was, when I realized Peterson wasn't playing, I let my guard down. So I can only imagine as a player, you look down there, because, as players, we look down on the other end to see what's going on down there. You hear people say before the game, he's not playing, but he's there. And he said he had the flu, but he's there. I had one of my players told me he had the flu. I said, I've never heard of guys missing a game because they were sick. I've never heard. I was like, that's the flu game, Michael Jordan, right? I mean, that's we all grew up thinking that was our best games when we were sick,
right.
So to hear he set out because he had the flu, man, that must have been a major flu, even though he didn't look like he had the flu. But whatever. But I had said it before. These guys have been playing without him. They already have been playing without him, so they were ready to go. You got to first off give credit to Bill Self and his players, man, for being able to step up in that situation and get the dub. Second, you got to give credit to the referees. I mean, I'm just being funny there, man. But, they shot more free throws, and you expect that on the road. On the true road environment, you expect to shoot 10 less free throws, and we shot 11 against these guys, and that's a lot right there, So three-point shooting didn't kill us, for the people that's going to say, they only made 6 and we made 5. They actually was playing our style of ball. I mean, and if you go look at Kansas, that's the way they play anyway. They're not a team that throws up a lot of threes anyway.
Right.
I mean, they penetrate, they get to the rim, they use their athleticism. But, yeah, man, I mean, tough, just one of those tough days, man. I mean, it just you hate to see them go down, but at the same time, I was sitting there thinking to myself, I say, yeah, I had just said that we may need a loss because I would hate to feel this in March or April when the tournament started. I would hate to feel that in an early loss or something like this. I think at this point in time in the season, this loss at Kansas could only bring these guys together, because when they go back and look at it, they're going to be mad at themselves, for missing 6 free throws.
Yeah.
Right there. Even though I still think the referee is going to make sure that they got enough to be able to beat us anyway, man. Because it's big business. We talked about this before. It's big business.
Yeah.
Losing at Kansas at this point in the year, it's big for this conference. It's big for the conference. So yeah, we'll see those guys again in another week or so. So, yeah, man, tough game for the Wildcats, man, but they don't got nothing to hang their heads for.
82-78, the final. J.W. Madden joins us now. J.W., your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I thought it was a great loss for several reasons. Number one, I mean, clearly the Kansas Jayhawks played that game like it was a Sweet 16 game. And what does that mean? That means there's no tomorrow. Like, Kansas played as if there wasn't a tomorrow if they lost this game. Arizona did not quite bring that same level of energy. The second reason is because the offensive stagnation in the second half was so notable for a 6-minute stretch where they just didn't run a lot of offense at all. And it was bring the ball up the court, call your own number. Bring the ball up the court, call your own number. And what does that mean, Kelvin? Well, they haven't seen any adversity this year, not since UConn, not since Florida, string off 15 straight 20-point wins. When Kelvin Ifan says a loss this time of year is good, it's not necessarily a matter of ego. It's a matter of purpose in the moments of adversity. And this team saw adversity today. Kansas made a push. They took the lead about 10 minutes to go in the game. And Arizona, based on Kansas's aggressive trapping D, not trapping, but collapsing D, collapsing on drivers, fronting post guys. Clearly, always give credit to the opponent. Kansas had everything to do with that. But Arizona made some very iffy decisions in that second half. So a great loss because the coaching staff and the players got film to go back. What did Deli say this week? He said, we love each other. He said, this team is all about each other, about helping each other. There was a moment there in the second half with 16,000 crazy Kansanians, people from Kansas, going crazy. And there was a moment there where they kind of lost their way a little bit offensively. On the other side of it, I'm not sure if Koa's okay, because I don't know. Some of the shot selection today was a little bit iffy. A few costly turnovers. I think if Koa Pete plays a B game today, I think that was maybe closer to a C-, that Arizona probably wins this game pretty easily, because what it was we knew coming in Arizona's three bigs versus Flory Badunga. That was the storyline. Well, I mean, Mo Krivas showed up and showed up big time. Tobey had a few moments, but Tobey and Koa just did not bring that same level of intensity, physicality, and purpose that we've seen through 23 games. And so, again, I think you got to give credit to the Kansas Jayhawks. Very, very tough environment. Clearly, Kansas won that game. There is no stealing, none of that nonsense. Like, Kansas was the better team tonight, even without Darryn Peterson. That being said, I think you can go back and look at the film and say to yourself, if we had been a little more patient here, if we had finished a little bit around the, I'm not looking at free throw numbers. No, that ain't it for me. Finish around the rim. Make an extra pass. Don't take a shot off the dribble against two defenders. Those kind of things they did down the stretch of the second half. You clean some of that stuff up, you probably walk out of Lawrence tonight with the win. They did not. A loss is good in this case, not because their ego gets deflated. They stop looking at numbers. That hasn't been the case all year. It's because they got great film. They finally saw adversity down the stretch, some things they can work on and tighten up. They'll be just fine.
My positive out of this was what you just mentioned. Motias Krivas tonight was just unbelievable. I thought his hustle tonight, we've seen this a little bit in the last few weeks. He'll miss a shot at the front end, offensive end, doesn't let that get to him. He'll run right back down and block a shot at the defensive end. And we saw that several times tonight. I just love the hustle that we're seeing from that kid right there, the energy that he's bringing at both ends of the floor. We'll see if we decide whether or not he'll be the Window Depot glass cleaner of the game. 15 rebounds, although they did lose this game tonight, so my vote may go another way in that respect. I just thought the Wildcats were a step slow defensively in this game. They got beat off the dribble a number of times, especially down the stretch. We haven't really seen that a lot this season, and so I thought that was huge. And again, you look at the numbers, and it was flipped. It was flipped from a lot of the games we've seen. They could not get to the line in this game tonight, and when they did, they missed too many free shots, and we've had a number of people talk about how that's becoming a concern. I think is it a big concern? I don't know if it's a big concern, but it's becoming a concern. The free throw shooting just has not been there the last few games, and when you get into these tight games, you got to be able to make free throws, and 8 of 14 just doesn't cut it. Just does not cut it for a team that has shot the ball so well from the line this season, especially when you're talking about, Jaden Bradley missing 2. That's not something you would normally see. I'll give the big guys some leeway in that a little bit more so. But, just some guys that you would expect to have maybe bigger games did not. Koa Pete being one of those guys, Jaden Bradley being another of those.
You also might have expected, with all the physicality, that Mo Krivas would have shot 1 free throw, and he shot 0 free throws in this game.
Yeah,
and they weren't going to let Toby Walker play. he was not going to get there. You said it, J-Dub. I think the only reason why he had 3 fouls is because Coach took him out.
Yeah.
I think he would have been fouled out very early. They was not going to allow him to be physical today, and that hurt our team as well. I mean, only 3 rebounds from him. I mean, yeah, I think Krivas, took up for that. He got 15 of those things. With 30 minutes, the most minutes I've seen him play all year. But not having to walk in there with those offensive rebound putbacks, man, that's killer right there. And only 12 minutes from Del Arso. This was the one time where we needed him, needed some of his senior leadership as far as some scoring, off the dribble to help out. With some of the scoring being that they was focusing on Jaden Bradley so much. But, again, these are all things that you'll get to go over in film now. And these guys really get a chance to look each other in the eye and see what they really about.
And especially with Peterson out, right, because they had to start, who was it, Tiller? Or Jamari McDaniel, I think, McDowell started in his place.
Jamari, yeah.
Well, that Kansas Jayhawks team came in, guys, averaging 10 points off the bench. One of the worst bench-scoring teams in America. So without Darryn Peterson in there and Jamari McDowell, what you just said right there, Kelvin, having Dwayne Aristote, having Tobe Awaka, having Delly come in and be that solid, strong 8-man rotation that we've been used to all year long is another storyline in that they didn't really even get the minutes that we're used to seeing off the bench tonight.
All right, 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Want to hear from you. Here's what we've got coming up for you on the post-game show. We will review our keys to the game. We'll find out who beat the book in this one tonight. We'll hand out our Window Depot glass cleaner of the game. We'll get you a light scoreboard. We'll hear, hopefully, back in Lawrence from the head coach and the players. After this one, the first loss of the season for top-ranked Arizona. We can debate whether they'll stay. As the Fran Fraschilla said, will they stay on that one line? Obviously, that will also be determined by what happens Saturday. If they can bounce back at home, ESPN Gameday coming to town after the loss today. And Texas Tech will be the opponent.
If I don't have to hear Fran Fraschilla's voice one more time for the rest of the year, it'll be too soon. Real quick question, DK. What song do we play tonight?
I don't know. You're the DJ. So
we got to have a song. We've had a song after wins. We got to have a song after losses. We got to figure that out.
We'll figure that. We got about 2 hours to figure that out, for sure. Maybe we'll let one of the callers pick the outro song tonight, the first losing night of the Arizona men's basketball season. 82-78.
I said, I think I got this fun. Night like this, I wish that raindrops should fall.
There you go, man. Going old school there. 82-78, Wildcats fall to Kansas. Much more coming up for you straight ahead. This is Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Our Window Depot postgame coverage is just getting started. This is Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day. The postgame show is brought to you by Advantage Air Mechanical, Cactus Auto Company, Casino del Sol, Done Right Services, Drain Masters, First Chiropractic, Idaho Central Credit Union, Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating and Plumbing, Royal GMC, Buick and Cadillac, Royal Kia, Royal Jaguar Land Rover, The Window Depot, Bear Down Roofing, Dorado Rock, Essential Pest Control, Goodfellas AC, Hughes Federal Credit Union, Factory Direct Mattress, Johnson Manley Company, and by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed, life well lived. KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com.
Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing. Always trust the big guy. Mention your Wildcats and receive $50 off any repair at coolwillies.com. Cool Willie's is proud to be a partner of the University of Arizona Wildcats basketball radio broadcast. Two powerful teams working hard for you to get the job done right every day. Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing. Big enough to help, small enough to care. Remember to mention your Wildcats and receive $50 off any repair. coolwillies.com.
Ready to score a new vehicle? Whether you are looking for a new car, truck, or electric vehicle, at Royal Kia, we know exactly what you want. A quality vehicle at a great price and to be treated fairly. We stand by our transparent online pricing, offer a 72-hour buyback guarantee, and you work with our no-pressure, non-commissioned sales staff. Royal Kia, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer installed options, and $589 doc fee. Royal Kia, Speedway in Columbus, or royalkia.com.
Hi, this is Natalie Fernandez at Meridian Wealth Management. And one of the hardest things I witness is when someone passes and they hadn't updated their beneficiaries properly beforehand. We all experience change in our lives, marriage, divorce, kids, and we work very hard for what we have. Leaving your legacy exactly the way you desire is important. This is your reminder to review all of your beneficiary designations today and at least annually. Seek guidance if you need it. Call our office at 520-719-1433 for more information.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
It's your time to shine. This is Desert Diamond Casino, the spot with Arizona's only hometown sportsbook, the hottest slots and tables, and off-the-charts energy you won't find anywhere else. Here, there's always a fun-filled, action-packed, downright unforgettable night right around the corner. So let your hair down, turn the sparkle all the way up. It's time to live the diamond life. Desert Diamond Casino.
An enterprise of the Tohono O'odham Nation.
Experiencing the natural wonders comes easy at Rockin' Cay. Nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills, enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. In the top-rated Vail School District, Rockin' Cay is close to work, shopping, and services. Tour 18 model homes by top-tier builders, offering move-in ready homes and special incentives. LiveRockingK.com. Proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
Looking for quality windows without the wait? Come to the Window Depot. We carry a huge selection of Milgard windows, in stock now and ready for pickup. Need something custom? No problem. From new construction to full home replacement, we'll help you order the perfect Milgard windows built to fit your space, style, and budget. Whether you're a homeowner or contractor, the Window Depot makes it easy to get the windows you need fast. Visit thewindowdepot.com to find a location near you and see why we're your Milgard window experts.
Did you know collecting sports cards is one of the fastest growing hobbies around? Whether you're looking to start or expand your collection, Showtime Cards is your ultimate destination. As one of the leading card shops in the country, they've been serving our community for over 25 years with the best in sports cards and trading card games. From rare finds to the latest releases, Showtime Cards has it all. Check them out at ShowtimeCards.com or visit them today at 5801 East Speedway. And discover why collectors everywhere trust Showtime Cards for their passion.
Our daughter was addicted to pain meds, and for over 2 decades, she was lost to us. We tried to help, but the more we tried, the worse it got. She went to 18 different rehabs. We finally realized that to really love her, we needed to let her go, even when that meant her going to jail. When she got out, she went to Gospel Rescue Mission, and as the days turned into months, we knew we had our daughter back.
If you need help, or if you know someone who needs help, go to grmtucson.com.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Now that winter is really here, cooler overnight temperatures mean that your tire pressure warning light could be on. In most cases, you solve the problem by simply adding the correct amount of air to your tires. As always, you can stop by any of our 14-area Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care locations for a free tire inspection and air pressure check. And if you need help with that low-pressure warning light, we fix those too. Check out jackfurriers.com. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, since 1960, here to get you there.
Discover your perfect vehicle at Cactus Auto, Tucson's trusted destination for certified pre-owned cars for over 30 years. They offer a wide range of certified pre-owned vehicles featuring the brands and models you love. Their finance experts are here to provide you with top dollar trade-in offers and help you find the best financing options, regardless of your credit history. With approved credit, enjoy no payments for up to 90 days. Trust Cactus Auto for quality, affordable pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, all backed by incredible savings and a 7-day exchange guarantee. Visit cactusauto.com.
The cold Arizona nights are here. Is your furnace ready? For just $59, Rightway is offering a complete system tune-up, ensuring your furnace runs efficiently to keep your home comfortable all season long. Routine maintenance is key to avoiding costly breakdowns. And with over 11,000 5-star Google reviews, you can trust Rightway to get the job done right. Plus, we'll include a free carbon monoxide test for your peace of mind. Call Rightway today at 520-640-2665 or visit us at rightwayac.com for your $59 complete system tune-up.
At Goldberg & Osborne, we know Arizona. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we've fought and won cases for the injured since 1989. Throughout our history, we've approached every case with a single focus: you. And we've got thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Put us to work for you by calling 1-800-THE-EAGLE today.
A Window Depot coverage of the Wildcats rolls on. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Now, back to your hosts, David Kelly, the captain, Kelvin Yvonne, and J.W. Madden.
It's Arizona ball. Wildcats down by 4. Bradley one bound. Burries left corner for 3, and it's good. Braden Burries with a clutch three-pointer. And it's a 1-point game.
Braden Burries tonight, 25 points. He led all scorers, 9 of 18 from the field, 4 of 7 from 3, 3 of 3 from the line. 25 points, 5 rebounds. He also had a turnover and 3 steals in 34 minutes tonight. Arizona, top-ranked team in the country, loses for the first time this season, falling to Kansas 82-78. 520-848-1290 is the number. You can call the show. You can text the show. I'd love to hear your thoughts on what you saw tonight. We'll get things going with Doug. You're on Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day, the postgame show.
Hey, guys. I just want to start by celebrating what we just witnessed for the last 3 months or whatever it was. I mean, What a ride. 23-0. I never saw coming. I've mentioned this before, but, looking at the schedule in the summer, I thought we might lose our first game, not our 24th game. I mean, we were playing the defending national champions in Vegas, and we had a bunch of 4 new freshmen we were going to put in the rotation. And man, so before we even, think about what happened tonight, that was a heck of a ride. And it's not over yet. I mean, the season, the ride is not over yet. The winning streak is, but that's a really special accomplishment to do something historic that this program has never seen before, and even this conference has never seen before. So a huge standing ovation for this program for what they just did.
Absolutely agree with that. Absolutely agree with that. No question. I mean, just came up 1 win short of the longest win streak in Big 12 history. Baylor and Arizona will hold on to that, having both won 23 consecutive games. But record-setting, it seemed like it was record-setting every night the last few weeks, and that was fun to watch for sure.
And is that the year Baylor won the title, in fact?
I believe it is,
maybe?
Yes. 1920.
So that's...
Let's ask the expert. Kelvin?
Kelvin. Was that the year? Yeah.
I mean, Kelvin had some skin in the game as far as the year before, right? Well, not that year, but the year before. But you were all about the Baylor program. But, yeah, that was the year they won the title. And that was like a November to February type of thing.
Yeah, so this might portend good things for us, coming down the stretch. But the home environment at Kansas is probably unmatched in all of college sports. I mean, not just college basketball, but probably even better than any college football home advantage I can think of. It's better than Duke. I mean, Duke has the Cameron Crazies on one sideline, but I mean, Kansas has twice as many fans, maybe more than twice, and they're just so into it. And I've watched a lot of Kansas home games through the years against other teams, and this was extra special. Like they took it up to a new level because they were facing the undefeated number 1 team in the country. So I got to give them credit. You know how I am with fan involvement. I think that's a huge part of the game because it affects a lot. It doesn't just look good on TV. I mean, it probably affected our free throw shooting. There's probably a reason we missed 6 free throws. I think it definitely affects our shot selection. Maybe it rushes you into a bad shot or maybe a turnover, a forced pass or something. And it definitely inspires the home team to hustle more. And there were a lot of hustle plays, I thought, tonight where whether it was the rebounding or deciding for loose balls, that Kansas, I thought, just had our number. And then I think, as Kelvin kind of alluded to, it definitely affects the refs. I think, and we've definitely been on the good end of that at McHale sometimes. I'm not going to act like we've never had some favorable calls or rattled the visiting team and made them free throws or whatever it is. But, it's just the way it is in college sports, and that's why we love it. I mean, it's a great environment. And yeah, there's no shame in losing to a top 10 Kansas team on their court.
Yeah, and if you win that game with the refs, when you go, it's like a team coming to Arizona and beat Arizona on Arizona's floor with Arizona getting more free throws. That's a part of, the great feeling of overcoming all those odds, because you understand, any team understand when you go on the road against another good team, you have to be up, I always say, about 10 with 4 minutes to go to make the refs believe that you can win that game.
And home cooking, guys, I mean, that's the term, is home cooking, but let's be real. It's called human nature. And the referees sometimes, if there's a 50-50 call, will go the way of the team with the 15,000 screaming fans in their ear at that moment.
Like all those travels?
Exactly, right? So, that's just the way it always has worked, is that home teams always tend to get the 50-50 calls, and you can't blame the refs for a loss, because guess what? You could have overcome all of that. I mean, you were within a point down the stretch, missed a bucket. So it's not a matter of, you can't look at it that way. The average fan, you want to look at the refs. The refs jobbed Arizona, and Arizona lost because of the refs. That's fine. I don't really care. But as far as
that's
actual
fans,
no, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about obviously I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the difference between home referee. The way that the home cooking works is just a recency bias by refs being in a building with very loud fans in that environment tend to go one way or the other. So, but you have to, that's the thing. You're not going to play a game in the NCAA tournament, Doug, in that building with those crazy fans. That's not how any of this works. Those are only specifically conference games. So you're not going to have that in a neutral site situation. All you need to take away from the lesson is we only got 18 or 14 free throws. We're a team that's used to shooting, I'm talking from their perspective. Arizona's a team used to shooting 30 free throws a game, right? They didn't get that. How do you overcome that and find a way to get a stop? Find a way to get a defensive rebound. I mean, some of those offensive rebounds by Kansas down the stretch were the difference. So there's so many things you can point to that Arizona could have overcome. If you want to point to the refs, that's lazy, as far as I'm concerned. Arizona had to know, Kelvin, coming in. What do you say, 5 points to start the game? I mean, that's just about how it is. It's a 5-point home court advantage. You got to find a way to overcome that. Tonight, Arizona didn't. Kansas won the game.
Well, here's my thing. I look at all the factors. If you want to pin the game only on officiating, I'm definitely opposed to that, and I'm right there with you. If you want to tell me that officiating isn't one of the many, many factors that go into the result of a game, I would disagree. Because if you're allowed to bang into guys and hack them, grab them, and knock them off their blocks without a call, well, then you're just taking their offense away. I mean, imagine if you're a golfer and the other golfer standing there with his bag on the side of the greens can run over and just bang into you right when you're about to hit it. I mean, that's going to affect your shot, right? So it's the same thing in basketball. Now, again, I'm not trying to pin the loss on that. And in fact, Kansas fans were booing the refs probably more than U of A fans were upset about the officiating. So again, I'm not putting it on that, but I do feel like, we play a very physical brand of basketball. But Kansas has this reputation, at least this year, of not committing fouls. And I think that word gets out to the officials oh, this is a team that defends clean. And so we're just, I guess we just won't call it, and I feel like there were some opportunities there where we would have had more than those 14 free throw attempts. And I think that could have made a big difference in the game.
I'm not here to talk about
a lot of other factors.
I'm not here to talk about good refs, bad refs. All I'm here to say is Mo Krivas got 7 offensive rebounds. Right, he took 13 field goal attempts and didn't take a single free throw. And secondarily, I have never seen Tommy Lloyd's face that red. That's all I got to say.
And I read his lips. A lot of the times he just kept saying, "That's crazy, that's crazy."
Yeah,
I mean, he wasn't cussing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just to reiterate, just to review, I'm not going to sit here and point at the refs for a reason Arizona lost ever. I just think it's curious that Mo Krivas, who did so much, all of those offensive rebounds, Kelvin, were within 4 feet. None of those. And there was some raking on both sides. Mo didn't get a single free throw, and Coach Lloyd was quite beat-faced when it came to some of those calls. That's what I saw on the broadcast.
The most egregious thing was when Karchenkov got murdered around the free throw line right in front of our bench, and there was no call there. That's when Tommy was just beside himself. He just couldn't even believe what he saw. I guess you could just say like that's going to happen, or they let them play. But yeah, I just like to see them call it consistently, and if that means we get called for a lot of fouls that were actual fouls, that's fine, But yeah, just like you always talk about, J-Dub, consistency, So the home advantage, I think that's a lesson that everyone who goes to the games at McHale can just. I mean, McHale's a great environment, and we're probably top 10 in the country. But if we want to be closer to that number one spot, we just need to really step it up. I just think our students, I don't know, something about it seems like a program like Kansas, you've got a lot of kids there that probably grew up in the region, and they've got a little bit more years invested in it. Whereas here, you get a kid that just moved here from California or Phoenix, and they're fans, but they may not be like bleeding red and blue.
This may sound disrespectful, Doug, but what do you know about Lawrence, Kansas?
Well, I've been there, but I don't know a whole heck of a lot.
You've been there, and you don't know anything about it other than the Kansas Jayhawks are from there. So what I'm saying is that's a 84,000 population city, right? It's near Topeka, near Kansas City. It's not like there aren't things to do. But what you just described is 9th generation, 15th generation Jayhawk fans living in that same region, filling up Allen Fieldhouse time after time after time. You've been going to McHale for 4 decades, right? I mean, the crowd of McHale in the lower box of the retiree type, they might stay the same. But a lot of the other fans are kind of rotating in and out and coming and going and that whole thing. I think you could probably find the number outside of the student body of Jayhawks season ticket holders is very consistent. The traditions are consistent. The community is consistent. I've said this many times. When you have a smaller community where everybody goes to the same churches, everybody's part of the same clubs and that whole thing, it's more of the whole, revolving around the cultural aspects of the city itself. And Tucson being a transient, transplant, should I say, type of city where so many people bring their affiliations and allegiances from other places. Now we've ballooned to over 1 million people. It's just a completely different environment.
It's totally fair. I just think that even with all that said, I think the Zona Zoo leadership could really get a little bit more organized and just get the students doing some things. I think that the Joe Public fan is very similar at a Duke or a Kansas or an Arizona or any other big program. I don't think that that's really the factor. It's really like I was just blown away by what their students, how engaged their students were, and just the jumping up and down the whole time. It's a great amount of energy.
Well, if you read into what I said was Lawrence is a town of 84,000. What was tonight? Tonight was the
15?
nationally I'm not done. The nationally televised game the day after the Super Bowl. You want to represent Lawrence in a way that you can't in any other aspect of life, right? We're talking about the day after the Super Bowl, nationally televised game in prime time against their first ever win over the undefeated number 1 team in the country. The full-throated nature you heard from those fans were, go Jayhawks, but hey, we love Lawrence was a big part of that as well. That's them representing their community. And what other opportunity do they have other than Big Monday, the day after the Super Bowl, to do that as well as they did tonight? So, huge kudos to that fan base.
It's big respect to the Arizona program that that one of the blue bloods of basketball, Kansas, was that fired up to play us. I just wanted to throw a few quickies here. Braden Murray's is just amazing. He really carried us. And then I agree that Krivas, he probably played his best game. I mean, he was just undeterred, just going up for the ball, just going up time and time again, even if they blocked it or stripped it. He wasn't giving up or sulking. He just kept trying to get the rebounds and get it back up. So I just loved seeing some of that stuff. I thought JB didn't have his greatest night. Maybe shot selection wasn't the best. Maybe rushing it a little bit, trying to force that mid-range game when it seems like in the past he's actually found the gaps in the defense before he pulled up for those shots. And
Kelvin, those are some long defenders JB saw.
Yeah.
That's what I saw. I think that JB was looking at 6'5" guy. That's what Kansas is. Kansas is playing a lot of wings at guard, right? And so that's, to me, Doug, what I saw with his midi stuff was that the guys he's normally used to shooting over with that little slight fade are guys who are 6'1" to 6'2", 6'3". And some of those guys, Kelvin, he was seeing tonight, longer, more athletic, altered his shot, I think, a little bit more than he's used to.
And I'll say this. Now, I don't believe three-point shooting lost this game, but if you can knock down a free from the three, you spread them out a little more. And I thought that they were able to collapse into the lane and kill a lot of the shots that we normally get in there. And that was tough. But if you could have knocked down a couple more threes, that spreads the court out a little bit. That makes them have to get out of there. And now when you're penetrated, you have that one guy. They did a better job of helping when their big man came to block the shot, they did a good job of coming in to get that rebound and also getting that loose ball. They did a great job of that. And there was a few times that we were missing on some rotations against them, where they were able to get some backside rebounds and some backside drop-offs for scores, and our guys kind of was standing around. But, again, great tape to go and look at because, again, when you win games, and you heard me say this before over all the years, when you win games, you don't really look at the things that went wrong. You go to the club. You know what I mean? We won, man. We won. You look, coach over there talking about guys. We had 9 turnovers. Like, what? 9 turnovers.
Kelvin's at the Green Dolphin.
You know what I mean? The Rock, the Bum Steer, the Cat House, all those places. You going to go get your love, right? And so it takes that loss for you to go back and look at some of those things, man. I mean, I guarantee you, man, these guys are winners. They've been winners all year. They didn't get to this by accident, like you said. We want to congratulate these guys on going 23-0. But when I was in the building in there and how everybody was so happy and they was talking about it, I was at that game when they went 23-0. And I had a funny feeling in my stomach, And again, when I heard the ref from my coaching time, I do believe refs, have a little something to do with the game. I really believe they control that thing. Now, as a player, as a coach, you got to beat that adversity.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. I mean, like we said, when you go into people's house, maybe when you go into Lawrence, you might be down 8. You might be down 8. 5 at a regular place, but Lawrence, you may be 8 or 10. So, with that being said, this was not a terrible loss. Again, coach is going to go and look at this, man, and see what more we could have got out of Walker. I thought Aristotle looked good to me, man. I would have loved to see a little bit more of him, but, you could look at this game and look at the minutes that were distributed, that coach really wanted to go with his starters. He really wanted his starters to play in this game because he knew that they were going to play their best 5. He was going 5-on-5, and, we fell a little short.
Yeah, I mean, Aristotle's going to be a huge part of this team next year after we lose probably 5 or 6 guys. Him and Yvonne hopefully are coming back, and they'll be sort of cornerstones of what we're building next year. I just wanted to finish by saying that, we've probably touched on this before, but the Big 12 didn't do us any favors. Like, our 2 toughest conference road games so far have been on those 48-hour turnarounds, and that's pretty tough, especially for a young team, or, a team with a lot of young players. You go from a Saturday home game, and then you're flying, halfway across the country, and then playing, and Monday night on ESPN against the, one of the top programs in the country. So, I'm not sure why they did it that way. Maybe they were forced to for some way, but
Doug, I don't. But wait a minute, Doug. Wait a minute. Hold up, Doug.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you know sports. I've been. Come on now. I used to use in the stands. I used to dap you up. So I know how long you've been around here. That's the perfect scenario. You getting ready for the tournament, man.
That?
We're getting ready for the tournament. You got one day in between.
Yeah.
You got one day in between.
Well, the one day in between is fine. The one day in between was fine in the Pac-12 model because you'd fly to the Bay Area and you'd have a Thursday, Saturday.
Home for the first game on Saturday and away on Monday is what he's talking about.
But listen what I'm saying,
That's
guys.
what I'm saying.
You want it more difficult. You're trying to prepare to try to go on a run and win the tournament. Yes, I understand how the Pac-12 was and even how the NCAA is set up. You're not going to have to travel in between. But I wanted the toughest that I needed to be. I needed to be tough in the regular season so I can find out things about ourselves so we can get ready. I mean, to me, this was the perfect scenario. You play the Oklahoma State team, which I tell you, Oklahoma State beat BYU, and they let their guard down a little bit, and then Arizona beat Oklahoma State, and then you go into Kansas, and they don't have Peterson. You can't tell me that don't make you let your guard down a little bit.
Braden Burries last night putting his head on the pillow, Kelvin. It's like, I get to go up against the number 1 pick in next year's NBA draft. Like, that's just how that works. So, not to say that it affected them because he went out for warm-ups, guys. Like, Darryn Peterson went out for warm-ups. Like, this was less than an hour before the game when the decision was made. So, that there's some, like, butterflies. Like, I'm about to go up against a guy they're comparing to Kobe. Like, of course you're going to get up for that. And he doesn't show up. You got to reassess. You got to reset your way up here. And you're like, oh, okay, who am I guarding now? And that whole thing. Of course it has something to do with it. You got to play who's in front of you, as always.
And I'll say this last thing. I'm telling you, as a former Coach Steele, I coach high school, AAU, and I'm telling you as a coach, if I look down there and I notice a guy is not playing who I know is one of their main guys, that throws me off. It throws me off because I got to think about, okay, man, so we're going to have to do this. And, hey, we got to make sure the guys don't let their guards down. And you're trying to guard against all these things because you like, because I know as a player I would have been like, man, oh yeah, man, we got this. And so it's just a great learning lesson, man, that you just gotta go in there and take every team, man, like you're playing for the championship. That's all.
Well, I'm pretty sure we'll have a chance to face him when they come to McHale because he's not injured on the year. Well, he's had some injuries, but he was out tonight for the flu, so he'll probably be here a few weeks. Anyway, for your outro song, my suggestion is "Good Riddance" by Green Day, who just opened at the Super Bowl yesterday. It sounds like a bad subject line or bad title, but it's the one that goes, "I hope you have the time of your life," and I think that's appropriate for playing 3-0 Street.
Something unforgettable.
Right.
Yeah, I like that one. That's a good
I
job.
hope you have the time of your life. All right, there's my suggestion, guys. Bear down, or you know what? Play wild about the Cats if you want, because I'm still wild about the Cats.
Appreciate it, Doug. Thank you. 520-848-1290. We'll get a break in here, come back, take more of your calls. Arizona, number 1 in the country, falls to Kansas in Lawrence, 82-78. Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day continues after this timeout on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Back your hometown favorite. Get your very own exclusive University of Arizona debit card from Hughes Federal Credit Union. Pair your new card with a free checking account that earns dividends with no monthly fees, no minimum balance, and convenient 24/7 online and mobile banking. Visit one of our 7 convenient branch locations to get your card instantly or open an account online at hughesfcu.org/wildcats. Show your Wildcat spirit all year long with Hughes Federal Credit Union. Certain restrictions apply. Insured by NCUA.
Now that's what I call savings. If you're looking for a real truck, get up to $7,500 off a new 2026 Chevy Silverado, plus up to $2,500 off a 2026 Chevy Equinox, and $8,500 off the Equinox EV. It's all happening now at O'Reilly Chevrolet. Truck tough deals, real savings. Call us at 747-8000 or see us on Broadway next to Park Place Mall or on the web at O'Reilly.com. O'Reilly Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
From work to errands to family life, your car takes a beating. At Recon Auto Detailing, we don't just protect it, we maintain it.
They installed my ceramic coating in shop, and now their mobile team keeps it looking brand new, right in my driveway.
Ceramic coatings, PPF, tint, all installed professionally at Recon Auto Detailing. And with our mobile detailing, we keep that fresh, protected look mile after mile. One-stop shop, zero hassle. That's Recon Auto Detailing, Ceramic Pro West, Tucson.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up with science.
You mean they don't use yesterday's newspaper?
No. They use the latest in technology and innovation to eliminate bugs, bees, termites, weeds, and more.
So no as seen on TV salt guns?
Nope. Only solutions that target insect biology, using chemistry to help protect the environment, people, and their pets.
You are so smart.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up. Call 886-3029 or visit essentialpest.com.
Advantage Air Mechanical, the team you can trust. Call 792-9400.
When it comes to the comfort and indoor air quality of your home and office, Advantage Air Mechanical has you covered. Breathing healthy air and having reliable air conditioning is important. If you or someone you know is in need of air conditioning services or a new system installation, we are here to help. Advantage Air Mechanical, 792-9400. AZROC 214570.
It's your time to shine. This is Desert Diamond Casino, the spot with Arizona's only hometown sportsbook, the hottest slots and tables, and off-the-charts energy you won't find anywhere else. Here, there's always a fun-filled, action-packed, downright unforgettable night right around the corner. So let your hair down, turn the sparkle all the way up. It's time to live the diamond life. Desert Diamond Casino.
An enterprise of the Tohono O'odham Nation.
Do you often worry you left your garage door open? With the LiftMaster Garage Door Opener powered by MyQ, you'll never worry again. You can control, secure, and monitor your garage from your smartphone anytime from anywhere through the MyQ app. As an authorized LiftMaster dealer, we have smart openers designed for your needs, including belt drive motors for ultra-quiet operation, integrated camera for live video streaming, and battery backup that lets you in when the power is out. The team at Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates are your locally owned LiftMaster professionals. Visit KaiserGarage.com to learn more.
At Goldberg and Osborne, we know Arizona. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we've fought and 1 cases for the injured since 1989. Throughout our history, we've approached every case with a single focus: you. And we've got thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Put us to work for you by calling 1-800-THE-EAGLE today.
Broadway in Tucson presents the 20th anniversary season featuring 7 Tucson premieres, including Disney's Beauty and the Beast, Hell's Kitchen, Moulin Rouge, The Wiz, Back to the Future, Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and more. Secure your signature season tickets today and get the best seats at the lowest prices. Visit BroadwayInTucson.com and secure your 2025-2026 season tickets today.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
February weather in the Old Pueblo is beautiful. It's the time of year to go outside and enjoy the great outdoors. Springtime will be coming soon, and so will the Arizona heat. Now's the time to plan for the long, hot summer that we all know is coming. Now, for a limited time, we are offering 5-year, no-interest financing on Rheem Air Conditioning and Heating Systems, OAC. Call now, 520-492-0748, or book your appointment online at PictureRocksCooling.com.
Picture Rocks Cooling, heating and plumbing.
Everyone loves to get together for food, fun, and sports. But what's the best spot? I'm Josh Bishop, owner of Fork and Fire, Catalina, and Oro Valley. My brother, best friend, and I have been cooking for one another and for our neighbors for years, and we get to live our passion every day at Fork and Fire. At our Catalina Grill, you'll love the elevated bar fare and barbecue, served in our relaxed and fun neighborhood grill. Fork and Fire Catalina, where great food meets good times and a strong community. Bring everyone on down to Fork and Fire in Catalina and Oro Valley.
You know it. Your neighbors know it. And let's face it, the mailman knows it too. Your yard just isn't what it used to be. But thankfully, Dorado Rock Materials can get you, well, your yard anyway, back to what it once was. And even better, Dorado Rock Materials has just what your yard needs, from decorative rock to boulders and everything in between, brought right to you. And if you need help spreading it, we can help with that too. Dorado Rock Materials. The right service, the right product, the right price.
A Window Depot coverage of the Wildcats rolls on. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Gameday postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Now, back to your hosts, David Kelly, the captain Kelvin Yvonne, and J.W. Madden.
Throw it out to McDowell. He gets into the paint. His shot is up, high off the glass. Comes off no good. Rebound battle for it. Badunga dribbles once, slams it home.
Yeah, Tommy right now is livid as Badunga actually went up and down. Should have been a travel, was allowed to come back down and dunk that. Missed call by the referee. Has KU faithful going loud here.
Yeah, that was. I heard some people categorizing that as the 5-step travel.
But in my problem, J-Dub, and this is my coaching thing, if those are travels on us, that's fine. That's fine. Core P traveled a couple times, but that's a travel too.
Yeah.
That's it.
The problem is like the egregious. Yeah. I mean, again, because there's a 40-minute game, right? And there were 2 or 3 of those on Arizona's side, 2 or 3 of those on Kansas's side. Everything else is a 50-50, determination by the refs in real time. And when you're watching super slow-mo in the replay, it's funny when the ref's like standing right there, Kelvin, and sees the player jump in the air, and clearly that's a traveling violation. But that's just one play. Again, like I'm not here to blame refs. I just thought I would play that in the open because I love Reggie being right on it, right? Like Reggie instantaneously with the analysis, talking about how Coach, because Reg obviously had a good, clear sight of that, Kelvin, and being a baller himself, that's a no-no. Can't jump in the air and then dribble the ball.
520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us. You can text us at that number. Let's go back to the phones and hear from Howie. You're on Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day, the postgame show.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Howie.
I got about 2 or 3 things to mention. The first one, I mean, I don't want to sound like a parrot, but I looked over at my wife when we were missing all those free throws, and I said, what's going on? Okay, that's number one. The second thing is Jaden Bradley. I mean, to me, it was like for a lot of that game, he's like the conductor of an orchestra. you try having a big orchestra and you don't have a conductor, and it's kind of chaos. And for a lot of that game, to me, it's like we were playing 4 against 5. I mean, what Kelvin said, I think, holds some water, especially him. He drives a lot, but he also hits that mid-range jumper, and he can pump a 3, besides Burries. But I don't know. To me, he wasn't present in that game. I think he's a great ball player, but I don't know where he was, in that game. It was kind of strange to me.
Kelvin, to me, as I mentioned, that 5, 6, 7 minute stretch there in the second half where they didn't feel very connected offensively, give credit to the Kansas Jayhawks defense. The Kansas Jayhawks defense, again, played like there was no tomorrow if they lost this game. And the one thing, Kelvin Ifan, I might have liked from Jaden Bradley, the senior leader point guard, in that moment is to gather his boys together and make sure that they did run more offense and not go quite so ISO heavy, because there was a stretch there where they didn't score, I think, for 5 or 6 minutes. And then after that, the buckets they did get were unassisted. So the assist numbers were pretty low. I mean, I think JB just missed a few mid-range shots. I don't think he had particularly a bad game. But, Kelvin, to me, your senior leader point guard, when the offense is bogged down and getting more, when a flow offense like that, which is meant to have 3, 4, 5 passes and get an open look, all of a sudden is one pass and a shot, JB maybe has to pull those guys aside and say something.
And let me say this. I was telling DK this, and I haven't said this all year because you're 23-0. 23-0. But I've said this before. Sometimes in these type of systems, it could hurt you that everybody can score. Because when things get tight, everybody want to step up and make a play. Whereas a lot of times in this situation, we need to run a set. We need to run a play to get the shot that we want as a group, because we're looking at the weakness. It's those halftime adjustments, right? It's those adjustments of understanding how they're playing you. So you call a particular play to put your guys in position to get the shot and who you want to have the shot. What you saw, it was that our regular offense where guys are free. They're free to do whatever. They're free to be aggressive, and it has worked. You can go back and look at a few of those games that we won. It wasn't high assist games. We had some games where guys, basically Jaden Bradley and Barry's in particular, had to go one-on-one and make some things happen, and it worked for us. This is a game that it didn't work for us because, again, Bradley wasn't making some shots that he usually get, and he wasn't getting to the free throw line. You go back and look, a lot of those were big free throw games for him when he was in a situation where he could go one-on-one. When you're on the road, you're not going to quite get those calls.
Yeah. There's another thing I want to bring up, and I'm originally from the Midwest, and the Midwest, you're talking about Lawrence. I've been to Lawrence. I wasn't too sober when I was there way back when, but basketball's pretty crazy in the Midwest. It's a real big thing, and I think it has to do with the weather and stuff. You go inside and you watch the basketball teams. We had a girl up here that I worked with. She's probably in her 40s now, and she lived in a suburb of Kansas City, and we used to talk basketball, and her dad had tickets to Fog Allen while she was growing up.
Wow.
And they would drive from the suburb of Kansas City all the way to Lawrence to watch the Jayhawks play.
Yeah, it's like 15 miles from Overland Park, right? It's right there.
Yeah, they lived in some suburb of Kansas City,
It's not far.
It's wintertime. Yeah, and she was like, she didn't go to KU, but they were devout KU fans. It kind of reminds me of Nebraska in football, where they get sold out stadiums, right? They get the whole state going in there for football.
Well, part of it has to do with the fact that the inventor of basketball, Dr. James Naismith, was the Kansas Jayhawks' first coach.
Right.
And they've always been good. Go look at the all-time wins in college basketball. You know who's number 1? Kentucky. By 10 games, and Kansas is number 2. Those two teams, they call them the Blue Bloods because the top 5 teams, their win totals all time, they've always been good. So the passion of the Kansas Jayhawk fan base is well-deserved because, guys, they've been good for 9 or 10 decades. That's a team. They've been good for 100 years. So, yeah, I mean, the birthplace of basketball might as well be Lexington and Lawrence. So that's why their fans are so crazy, because they have every right to be.
Yeah. Cameron's pretty nuts too. You know, a lot of people think it's a huge gymnasium, and I was reading it's only 9,000 or 10,000
No, it's small.
capacity.
Yeah, it's the opposite. Yeah, it's very, very. It's intimate, right? And that's why it's so loud, is because the fans are right on top of you. It's not a very big building.
Yeah, that's what I was reading. I've never been there, but yeah, I don't know. Tommy said they're not going to go through the season undefeated, and, you know, probably so. You know, they got some tough games coming up. It's got Texas Tech coming in here. They're pretty tough, you know.
How you got 4 more games? You got 3 more games against ranked opponents in a row.
Yeah, it's going to be. You better be on your A game, you know. I want to see them get a number 1 seed in the tournament is what I want to see them get, you know, and better not start losing games.
It's like Brian said, it's the bounce back. You know, what will this team do and bounce back? They've got some time to think about it, a few days till Saturday, and how will they bounce back in another tough game, but this one at home against Texas Tech.
Yeah.
I feel for Texas Tech.
Exactly.
Now, Kelvin can probably identify with this. I've flown into Lubbock and driven to Clovis, which is over in the New Mexico border, about an hour. There ain't nothing out there.
Well, good thing we don't got to go there this year. They got to come here.
Yep.
Yeah, that game's at home. So that's one of the reasons why I know. I already know these boys are going to be fired up, man. And, you know, I'm sure like everybody else, I'm excited to see them after a loss.
Yeah.
You just see how they bounce back, and, you know, to see them, because that's when you find out the true character of yourself.
Oh, yeah.
I always brag about my 12-1 team. We talked about it earlier. We lost to UCLA, and we won the next 7. To me, that's what really told me about that team. That's why it's the greatest team in the history of Arizona, is because we could have folded after that. We could have folded. It was several other games. You lose one more game, and all of a sudden everything is different. But, you know, now you get to find out who your tough guys is. Now you get to find out how resilient you really are and how much of family you really are.
Real quick, Kelvin, how much finger pointing you think is going to go on the plane on the ride home?
0.
Exactly.
0. Because you know why? Coach Lloyd does a great job of putting putting it on the guys. Because, see, when you see a coach give all those guys 30 minutes, he said, it's on you guys. It ain't going to be nobody else's fault that we lost this game but you starters. Well, I gave you 30 minutes. And we lost the game.
All 5 of them.
Yes. And trust me, as a coach, that's what you do. You go in there, and this has nothing to do with the bench. Of course, you wanted the bench to play better. You expect a Walker to play better. But you also know in this environment, as a real coach, you know in this environment, you can get trouble, you know, with him because of people looking for the fouls with him because of how physical he played.
He got that 1 rebound away, and he had the 2 guys, and he did the elbow swing and almost connected with that dude's chin. Like, almost.
Right.
And then I don't think he got in much more after that.
And I'm going to tell you, that's smart by Coach Lloyd. Because Coach Lloyd understands how much he need him, and we've seen a couple games where it seems like he started to get a little frustrated, right? And Coach Lloyd probably said, you know what? Let me take him out of this game because I don't want to put him in a situation to where he gets too physical and, you know, and pick up a technical and get known as a guy throwing elbows and everything like that. And that's a coach protecting his guy. Totally. I guarantee you that has something to do with it. That might be one of the questions you want to ask them, DK.
I'll tell you why he gets frustrated. Do you remember 1992 when Shaquille O'Neal was a junior?
Yeah.
When we were talking about Tobe Awaka, the number 1 rebounder on both offense and defense, you don't think, Kelvin Ifan, that he's seeing an exponential amount of extra physicality from every single person who matches up against him? Because that's what you have to do. You have to do that. And so I would imagine the young man's getting frustrated, Kelvin, if he's seeing an equal amount of physicality as given out and he's got 3 fouls and the other guy doesn't have any. I think sometimes that might get because he's seen a lot of clawing. He's got some scratches. He's got bruises because that's what you got to do to deal with a guy like Tobe Awaka because that's what he's going to do to you. He's coming into the game to push everybody around and get every single rebound. So I think, you know, there's going to be certain games where maybe the first 5-6 minutes he's in there, it's real physical, and he might, not be getting the benefit of the doubt from the refs, and he's going to see that all year long because that's what you got to do to keep him off the glass.
Hey, Kelvin, didn't you tell me in your living room you had a picture of Cade McNown and Deshaun Foster?
No, sir. But no, man. Hey, those guys, man, they got us. That's my only loss. But at the same time, I'll say I appreciate those guys because I appreciate those guys because they gave us a chance to really see what we were really about. We may have lost later in that season, and it could have affected us more because at the end of the season, losing, it really throws your team off. But taking that loss early to those guys really woke us up, and I was very proud of the way we finished that season.
Hey, K-Rock, you mentioned pregame about losing early rounds in the NCAA tournament as an Arizona Wildcat. Yeah, how many of those guys are on the 97 team?
A few.
Right.
Yeah, a few.
That's my point.
Yes, the team that won it, again, we lost in that first round to Miami, Ohio. Then we lost to that Sweet 16 to Kansas. So I wasn't surprised that they beat Kansas as Kansas was number one. I wasn't surprised because a lot of us was still angry that we lost to them in the Sweet 16 and they ended our season the year previous.
That's all I mean, is that sometimes a loss, especially a loss at the right time, is just that extra proper motivating tool that you got hanging above, your bench press, whatever it is that you need. You're shooting your 1,000 shots in the gym every single night, and you got a picture of, Foster over there, whatever. Like, there's something, Kelvin, to be said about digging a little bit deeper and having a little bit more focus and purpose. And not to say that this loss is going to do that for the Cats, but losses aren't bad, especially when there's tape you can go back and look at, correctable issues, and figure out how to overcome those obstacles and that adversity you haven't seen. Not to mention the one thing, guys, we haven't talked about is Arizona hasn't had to do a lot of late game stuff. They haven't had to run a lot of pressure-filled late game stuff, Kelvin. It's always beneficial to have real live action late game sets and late game situations when you're used to winning games by 20 points. So win or lose, always good to go up against top 10, top 15 teams, Darryn Peterson or not, getting those late game settings, because if you did it wrong or if there's something else, another wrinkles they need to put in, there's plenty of time to do that. So better now than 2 months from now.
Hey, Kelvin, whatever happened to Cade McNown? He didn't make it with the Bears, and then what happened to the guy?
Last time I saw him, he was running on the beach outside La Jolla. That was like 1990.
Yeah, that sounds about right. But honestly, I didn't keep up with him. Yeah, I mean, after he beat me, hey. I didn't keep up with him after that.
I know his parents got divorced, and he moved up to Lake Oswego up here in Oregon, and then he,
Man, you're way inside now.
Yeah, you know who's from Lake Oswego, DK?
Huh?
You know who's from Lake Oswego?
No, I have no idea.
Kevin Love.
Oh, wow. Okay. There you go.
Yeah.
Howie.
Oh, well.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for what you do.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Bear down, Howie.
All right. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. It is Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day. Let's get another break in here. We'll come back. We'll hand out our Window Depot glass cleaner of the game. We'll hear from Tommy Lloyd, who spoke for about 4.5 minutes after the game in Lawrence, Kansas, the first loss of the season for his top-ranked Wildcats. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
Our Window Depot postgame coverage is just getting started. This is Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day. The postgame show is brought to you by Advantage Air Mechanical, Cactus Auto Company, Casino del Sol, Done Right Services, Drain Masters, First Chiropractic, Idaho Central Credit Union, Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating and Plumbing, Royal GMC, Buick and Cadillac, Royal Kia, Royal Jaguar Land Rover, The Window Depot, Bear Down Roofing, Dorado Rock, Essential Pest Control, Goodfellas AC, Hughes Federal Credit Union, Factory Direct Mattress, Johnson Manley Company, and by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed, life well lived.
Hi guys, I'm back. What's new?
Tucson Appliance Scratch and Dent Studio.
All the Scratch and Dent merchandise has its own new studio.
There were so many Scratch and Dent discounted items. Now they have a place of their own.
I love it. A whole Scratch and Dent studio right next to Tucson Appliance. They don't look like Scratch and Dent.
But it shows in the low prices.
Tucson Appliance Scratch and Dent Studio. Proud local supporters of the Southern Arizona Heartball. Only at Tucson Appliance where you are a priority.
Experiencing the natural wonders comes easy at Rockin' K. Nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills, enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. Visit Lennar's 2 communities in Rockin' K, with home savings up to $25,000 and limited time interest rate and closing cost incentives on select move-in ready homes. LiveRockingK.com. Designed by nature. Proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
The dice are hot and the cash is calling at Casino del Sol. Every day, swipe your Club Sol card for a free entry into our Friday drawings at 6 p.m., 7 p.m., and 8 p.m. Plus, every 250 slot or table points gets you an extra entry. If your name is drawn, you'll step up and roll the dice. And if you hit 5 of a kind, you'll take home $5,000 in cool cash. Only at Casino del Sol. Enterprise of the Bosco Yaqui Tribe.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Now that winter is really here, cooler overnight temperatures mean that your tire pressure warning light could be on. In most cases, you solve the problem by simply adding the correct amount of air to your tires. As always, you can stop by any of our 14 area Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care locations for a free tire inspection and air pressure check. And if you need help with that low pressure warning light, we fix those too. Check out jackfurriers.com. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care since 1960, here to get you there.
Why do I spend so much time educating our youth about financial wellness? I have seen the fire ignite inside of young adults when I show them how the power of compound investing can change their futures. This is Natalie Fernandez at Meridian Wealth Management, and I'm committed to affecting change with our youth. An idea for all of you listening today, gift a Roth IRA contribution for the holidays or birthdays for your kids and grandkids. Contact our office at 520-719-1433 for guidance and details. The change begins with us.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
Coach Tommy Lloyd here with the Right Way team.
Thinking about replacing your heating and air system? It's February at Right Way.
These are some of the slowest months of the year. We have equipment in stock and our crews are available.
And we're including an 80% furnace absolutely free with the purchase of an air conditioning system.
And if that's not enough, we're offering up to 60 months no interest financing, manufacturer and energy efficiency rebates, and 10-year parts and labor warranty.
Call or text 520-200-2422 today or visit rightwayac.com.
If it's worth doing, do it the right way.
The garage is more than a place to park your car. It holds prized possessions, and for most, it's a bustling entryway to the home. That's why LiftMaster designed the first ever opener with a built-in wide-angle camera and two-way audio, so you can see what matters and secure what's inside. Ensure your family and prized possessions are secure with a reliable garage door opener that's built to last and powered by MyQ for smartphone control. The team at Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates are your locally owned LiftMaster professionals. Visit KaiserGarage.com to learn more.
Ready to score a new vehicle? Whether you are looking for a new car, truck, or electric vehicle, at Royal Kia, we know exactly what you want. A quality vehicle at a great price and to be treated fairly. We stand by our transparent online pricing, offer a 72-hour buyback guarantee, and you work with our no-pressure, non-commissioned sales staff. Royal Kia, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer installed options, and $589 doc fee. Royal Kia, Speedway in Columbus, or RoyalKia.com.
The Target, 422 Maple Drive. No tripped alarms, no broken windows. While you were sleeping, they made off with $50,000 in equity, and they didn't even use a getaway car.
Nate here, owner of Blue Sky Pest Control. Don't let termites turn your equity into sawdust. We stop the heist before the damage is done. Call 520-201-2000 for your free termite inspection. Hello, Blue Sky. Goodbye, termites.
Hey, man. Yeah, it's me, your furnace, man. Hey, can I get a light here, man? I know we live in Arizona, so I understand I'm not, like as cool as your air conditioner. But I still need a tune-up at least once a year, man. So get the best in town, man. Goodfellas AC, bro. Hey, anybody smell that, man? I swear it wasn't me. Okay, it was me.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
At Goldberg and Osborne, we know Arizona. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we've fought and won cases for the injured since 1989. Throughout our history, we've approached every case with a single focus: you. And we've got thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Put us to work for you by calling 1-800-THE-EAGLE today.
Did you know collecting sports cards is one of the fastest growing hobbies around? Whether you're looking to start or expand your collection, Showtime Cards is your ultimate destination. As one of the leading card shops in the country, they've been serving our community for over 25 years with the best in sports cards and trading card games. From rare finds to the latest releases, Showtime Cards has it all. Check them out at ShowtimeCards.com or visit them today at 5801 East Speedway. And discover why collectors everywhere trust Showtime Cards for their passion.
Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com. KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. Bear down, Wildcat Nation. Our Window Depot coverage of U of A basketball continues. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day, a full wrap-up of today's Wildcats contest. Top takeaways, reaction from the players and head coach Tommy Lloyd, plus your thoughts on what you saw. The postgame show is brought to you by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed, life well lived. This is your home for Arizona basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
10-5 at the free throw line. They're down by 4. Arizona with the ball in the lead. Pete hit to Bradley. Jaden around right, throw it inside to Pete. Wide open, slam it home.
Yeah, great out of timeout play there by Arizona. Small on, big screen along the baseline, freeing up Koa Pete for the slam.
Koa Pete, 6 points. He only had 2 buckets made, 2 of 11 from the field. 6 points, missed his only 3-point shot, had a couple of baskets from the line, just went 2 of 4 there. 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 turnovers, 2 blocked shots in 31 minutes. Arizona, number 1 in the country, falls to Kansas 82-78. First loss of the season, now 23-1. Ending the longest win streak in program history to start a season. Wildcats, I don't think they ever got one of those 10-zip kill shots in this game. They came close a couple times, got on some 8-zip runs in this one today, but just couldn't ever really get enough to pull away. They had the 11-point lead, and it looked like they might be ready to kind of blow the doors off of the game in the second half, but Kansas came right back off that run, which was 7, and put up a run of 6 of their own to knock it back down to 4, and then slowly whittled that away until they had the lead midway through the second half and never relinquished it down the stretch for the 4-point win. Let's hand out our Window Depot glass cleaner of the game here. And like I said, this is the first time the Wildcats have not won. My pest of the game going in was Flory Badunga, and I just thought he was the best player on the floor tonight. Everything he did, I think I kind of expected what he was going to do, what he did at the defensive end, affect shots and whatnot. But I was just really impressed with his ability around the basket, underneath the basket, finding holes to be able to get his shot up against the defense at the offensive end. 8 of 11. And grabbing 10 rebounds, with 6 of those being at the offensive end. I'm giving my vote to Flory Badunga tonight for glass cleaner of the game.
That's what he does, by the way. I mean, he shot 80% in high school from the field. 80% from the field in high school. So, yeah, I mean, you hear about, if you have never seen, well, he's only a sophomore, right? So if you only would have seen him last year. But if you hear about Flory Badunga and you hear about he may be the best defensive player in the nation, that's not the whole story, because Kelvin, I mean, some of those little flick shots he's got around the rim, really amazing touch at some odd angles, because he's not the tallest guy, obviously crazy athlete, but some of those flicks over a 7'2" guy and somehow finding their way to the rim, and not from 2 feet. We're talking about from 5-6 feet out. A really impressive finisher. To me, I think that's a great choice. However, I don't think Moteus Krivas has ever had 8 offensive rebounds in his entire life. So, I mean, 15 boards for Mo Krivas to me. I mean, that without Mo anchoring, because I mean, again, I don't think Koa had his best game of the year, and I think that Tobe Awaka played limited minutes. You really needed some kind of anchor down there because they were really kind of shutting off the inside. So if I had to pick, it's going to be Mo Krivas for me tonight.
All right, Kelvin.
Yeah, I definitely want to show some respect to, what Badinga was able to do today. I definitely thought he was a beast in there, but I thought Krivas just looked different today. I mean, and more so for the block shots. I mean, them block shots were ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
He almost showed some athleticism. I was like, maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe?
And a lot of them were chase down, like I mentioned at the top, chase down blocks.
Yeah, he was coming, man, and so – with that, with those block shots, 7 offensive rebounds, 8 defensive boards, man. I mean, he was just he was just a animal, man. And so I thought we could have went to him a little bit more on the offensive end, and possibly because he was hitting little hook shots over Badinga as well. Badinga wasn't blocking his shots.
No,
right? So I wish we would have went to him a little bit more. This is a game that I wish he would have had. He had 13 shots. He probably should have had 20 in this game right here, because you want to get Badinga in foul trouble and you wanted to keep going at him. And that was a matchup that I thought we could have, exploited a little bit more and maybe wore him down, Badinga down a little bit, of having to go against Krivas' size. So, but with that being said, man, 15 boards with those 6 blocks, man, I got to go with him.
Yeah, for me, DK, real quick, I think Flory Badinga was the most impactful player in this game today. So if that means MVP, whatever that term is, I think there's no doubt that Flory Badinga was the most impactful player on the court. And I think without Mo's 15 boards, Arizona probably loses by 10.
And I want to add, too, that Tiller, I didn't expect that.
No, that was probably his best game of his life, right? Because that's not what he's been doing for the most part.
No.
And he got 8 boards, so that's not Tiller swung this game with those 18 points and 8 boards.
And he did have 21 versus BYU, right? And he did have 16 versus Kansas State. But those are the 2 best games. Yeah, so he hasn't his three best games have been in the last 5.
And I will say this about him, Tiller, as well. Those 2 3-pointers helped pull our guys away.
They didn't have any offense going whatsoever. And that, you invert your offense like that. What's Arizona trying to do? Protect the rim. Having a guy like that step out. We had so many things to talk about with the initial, thoughts on the game. And I completely could not agree with you more. I think Bryson Tiller's 2 3-pointers in that first half was why Kansas kept within some kind of striking distance of Arizona. Huge shots.
All right. So it is Moteus Krivas. He is your Window Depot glass cleaner of the game. Window Depot, lowest prices, biggest inventory. Shop thewindowdepot.com. 82-78, number 9, Kansas beats the Wildcats. Let's head back to Lawrence, Kansas, Fog Allen Fieldhouse, and hear from the head coach of your Arizona Wildcats, Tommy Lloyd.
Coach, I'm just wondering, when you found out that DP wasn't playing, did you guys have to adjust anything? And what? What did they do? What did Kansas do?
Not really. Kansas has a lot of good players and a great coach, and playing them here, we knew it was going to be a dogfight no matter which guys are wearing the Kansas Jayhawks jerseys. And I'm sure they're better with Peterson. But we felt like they were pretty good without him tonight as well.
Did you have any idea that Big 12 player report said?
No, I don't even look at that. So, no. I don't even look at that, to be honest with you. That you guys can dig into that.
Go over here in the front.
Yeah, so when did you find out that Darryn wasn't playing?
Like 10 minutes before the game. Yeah.
How difficult?
Guys, Kansas is a hell of a team. Let's not make this about Darryn Peterson. He didn't play because he was sick. They beat the number 1 team in the country at home tonight. They did a hell of a job, and their coach did a hell of a job. That should be the story.
How good is Flory on the defensive end? Just his ability to guard guards as well, especially that last one.
I'm the guarding guards. I wish he was guarding our guards. He just really impacts the game at the rim. We that game comes down to probably if you just have to start slicing and dicing and picking 1 or 2 things, and we didn't finish at the rim well enough. And usually we're really proficient at finishing at the rim. We're getting fouled, and it's not very often we get out free throwed, and it's not very often we don't make a higher percentage of our at rim shots. So Kansas gets credit for that.
In the back on the right.
Coach, you've been complimentary of this place in the past and the environment. Was it at a different level even tonight?
I mean, it was awesome. I mean, last year was really good. I don't know how to, compare the two. I mean, they're both awesome. So awesome environment, and it makes it really difficult to play. And, you guys need to know it does impact the game. And your fans deserve credit like that, just like our fans do at home when we're playing in McHale.
Tommy, over here.
Far left here, Coach. Okay. Yep.
What did you feel like changed second half offensively for you? Was there anything that in particular you thought they did?
Nothing crazy. I mean, I thought they kind of weathered a few runs by us, and then, they kind of put their head down and really drove the ball, and got a lot of free throws. And then, Badunga threw in a couple hooks, picked up a couple loose balls, and was able to get to his jump hook and cashed them in. It wasn't like they weren't making jump shots. So, I didn't think there was anything. And then they just, in these games, they're possession by possession, and they kind of made a run at the right time to get a little bit of a lead. And they did a good job managing it, and then did a great job making their free throws down the stretch.
Far right.
Tommy, the physical nature of the game in the post, how do you think that affected your bigs and how they played down the stretch?
I mean, listen, I don't know. I mean, we're built for it. I honestly don't care how the game's officiated. We should be fine. And, we're a physical team, and we're built for it. And, yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's, some missed calls, but they're probably on both ends. So, we just got to move forward. And usually our first mantra is get tougher.
Bruce.
Well, kind of along those lines, Tommy, but you've had so much success dominating in the paint. Was this a different level tonight, something different you saw?
I just think sometimes you come play in these hard environments in the Big 12 later in the season, and it's fine. There's no complaints. There's going to be a lot that gets to go in the paint. The refs aren't going to guess, probably on both ends of the floor. So if you want to win these games, you got to deliver. You got to deliver when you get the ball inside. You got to be able to play through physical contact. You got to be able to play through what you think are fouls, and you just got to keep it moving.
Any other questions for Coach?
And just following up in general, you had said, going into this schedule towards the end of the season that a stumble could happen like this. Is this kind of maybe what you expected a little bit?
Well, Bruce, if a guy's 38-0 on his home court on Big Mondays, it's probably pretty hard to win here, no matter what our record coming in is. So we knew it's going to be a tough game, and we're okay with it. Guys, I'm not mad we lost. I can't wait to get on that plane, get back home, and I feel like our season just started.
Anything else for Coach? We'll have players available outside our locker room. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
All right, that was Tommy Lloyd, the head coach of your Arizona Wildcats. After a game, let's not make this about Darryn Peterson, because he did not play. It was about that team on the other side and that environment tonight in Lawrence, Kansas.
Kelvin, didn't you just say...
Even he pointed out the 38-0 stats.
Yeah. Didn't you just say that, like, the loss at UCLA? It's like at the start of the season, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hey. That's the way it goes. I mean, because you get to find out about your guys. You get to find out about each other for real, And so, yeah, I guarantee you that's what Coach Phil. Now he gets to coach. I mean, he's been able to Cadillac, right now. The guy's been running on cruise control, but now he's going to get in there. I wish I could be a fly on the wall at that practice. I wish I could be in there because, he's a fiery guy, and now he gets a chance to really go, light a fire under these guys and see who responds.
82-78, number 9, Kansas knocks off the top-ranked Wildcats. Much more still to come for you. We'll review our keys to the game. We'll find out who beat the book. And we'll get you your scoreboard. Wildcats lose for the first time this season. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
Our Window Depot postgame coverage rolls on. This is Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day. The postgame show is brought to you by ABC Heating and Cooling, Arizona Commercial Lighting, Blue Sky Pest Control, Broadway and Tucson's 20th anniversary season, Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing, First Choice Pools, Goldberg and Osborne, The Injury Lawyers, Gospel Rescue Mission, Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates, O'Reilly Chevrolet, Shamrock Heating and Cooling, Showtime Sports Cards, Tucson Appliance Company, JT Auto, Lexus of Tucson, Mr. Rooter, Recon Auto Detail, Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Rocking K, a master planned community designed by nature, and by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed, life well lived.
The cold Arizona nights are here. Is your furnace ready? For just $59, Rightway is offering a complete system tune-up, ensuring your furnace runs efficiently to keep your home comfortable all season long. Routine maintenance is key to avoiding costly breakdowns. And with over 11,000 five-star Google reviews, you can trust Rightway to get the job done right. Plus, we'll include a free carbon monoxide test for your peace of mind. Call Rightway today at 520-640-2665 or visit us at rightwayac.com for your $59 complete system tune-up. Looking for top-notch lumber and framing? Johnson Manley Lumber has been your trusted expert since 1970, specializing in both residential and commercial projects. Our experienced teams, cutting-edge technology, and reliable supply chain ensure your framing is on time and on budget every time. We're proud to be employee-owned and community-rooted in Tucson. Learn more at johnsonmanley.net. Proud supporter of the University of Arizona radio broadcast. Go Wildcats.
Now is the perfect time to start your next home renovation project. At the Window Depot, you get factory direct prices, no installers, no middleman, and serious savings. Windows, doors, cabinets, countertops, all in stock and ready to take home today. Perfect for DIYers and contractors who want to save thousands and get materials fast. Your project, your timeline, the best prices. Shop online at thewindowdepot.com or visit a location near you.
Think of waking up with energy, standing tall and feeling free. Think First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
First Chiropractic is pleased to announce that Access Health Plans now cover chiropractic care. A referral by your PCP is required. For more information, go to firstchiro.com, the most trusted name in chiropractic care. A proud U of A radio sponsor.
First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Now that winter is really here, cooler overnight temperatures mean that your tire pressure warning light could be on. In most cases, you solve the problem by simply adding the correct amount of air to your tires. As always, you can stop by any of our 14-area Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care locations for a free tire inspection and air pressure check. And if you need help with that low pressure warning light, we fix those too. Check out jackfurriers.com. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care since 1960, here to get you there.
Every day is a balancing act, with work, family, goals, all asking for more. It helps to have tools that meet you at every step and a team that will always be by your side. We're ICCU. We're a credit union that has been helping members achieve financial success since 1940. In fact, we put member success first, one by one, year after year, for 85 years and counting. Now, we're here for you, Tucson. Join us, ICCU.
Now that's what I call savings. Looking for strength and value? Get $2,000 off a new 2025 Chevy Trailblazer, $3,000 off a 2025 Chevy Traverse, and up to $4,500 off a 2025 Chevy Colorado. That's real muscle, real savings. Right now at O'Reilly Chevrolet. Call us at 747-8000, see us on Broadway next to Park Place Mall, or on the web at O'Reilly.com. O'Reilly Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
The dice are hot and the cash is calling at Casino del Sol. Every day, swipe your Club Sol card for a free entry into our Friday drawings at 6 p.m., 7 p.m., and 8 p.m. Plus, every 250 slot or table points gets you an extra entry. If your name is drawn, you'll step up and roll the dice. And if you hit 5 of a kind, you'll take home $5,000 in cool cash. Only at Casino del Sol. Enterprise of the Bosco Yaqui Tribe.
Get your backyard summer ready with a custom pool from First Choice Pools. A backyard oasis built around you. First Choice is a full-service builder of beautiful in-ground pools and backyard designs for years of staycations. If you want to dive in this summer, now is the time to visit TucsonPoolBuilder.com. First Choice Pools for installs, renovation, remodeling, and repair. Get started today at TucsonPoolBuilder.com. Ask about our 60-day pool. To be summer ready, First Choice is the only choice.
Family outgrowing your car? Hughes Federal Credit Union can help you get the car you want and the rate you need. Hughes is one of the only financial institutions in the country that doesn't switch loan rates based on a qualified buyer's credit score. That means you get our one-rate guarantee regardless of your credit score. We promise. When it's time for your next new or used car, Hughes is here to take you further. Check out our low rates on hughesfcu.org/auto and apply today. Certain restrictions apply. Insured by NCUA.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up with science.
You mean they don't use yesterday's newspaper?
No, they use the latest in technology and innovation to eliminate bugs, bees, termites, weeds, and more.
So no as seen on TV salt guns?
Nope, only solutions that target insect biology, using chemistry to help protect the environment, people, and their pets.
You are so smart.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up. Call 886-3029 or visit essentialpest.com.
At Goldberg and Osborne, we know Arizona. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we've fought and won cases for the injured since 1989. Throughout our history, we've approached every case with a single focus: you. And we've got thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Put us to work for you by calling 1-800-THE-EAGLE today.
A Window Depot coverage of the Wildcats rolls on. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Gameday postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Now, back to your hosts, David Kelly, the captain, Kelvin Yvonne, and J.W. Madden.
Ahead to Council Jr. Driving to the bucket, laid up, blocked off the glass by Krivas. Grabbed by Karchinkov. Del Orso, feet ahead to Pete. Pete left to the lane, wisely kicks it back out for Deli. Bounce pass back to Koa Pete. Working his way inside on Badunga. Double team, throw it high. Del Orso, deep three, got it!
That was Anthony Del Orso's only bucket of the night. 1 for 1 from the field, a three-pointer in just 12 minutes. 3 points. He had 1 rebound. He had 1 assist. Wildcats fall to Kansas 82-78. Joe P. checks in on the text groove. Unbelievable crowd. Not only did they intimidate our players on the free throw line, but they did the same to the refs, if you know what I mean. But all in all, a good loss for our Cats, and Coach Lloyd is the best coach in the country. Thanks. That's Joe P. Connie checked in again. She checked in on the front side and as well as on the back side. Let's see. Connie has a lot here. Y'all live and die at the free throw line, Coach Lloyd. How about another 100 free throws after practice when no one has legs or air in their lungs? Come on, Tommy. Emphasis on not getting calls your way. Road trip and the team must hit the charity stripe. Come on, Tommy. Armchair assistant coach, that's Connie. Punish your players when their tanks are empty. Free throws control the game's tempo. Blown ups, Coach Lloyd. You had them. Cats came in ready for an L. Monkey off the back. All of that from Connie tonight. Connie, appreciate you checking in on the text group.
Just for the record, guys, if they had shot their season average, they would have lost by 2 points.
Okay, that's true.
They only shot 14 free throws.
Right.
It's not about missing free throws. It's about the fact that we're used to them shooting 30.
Yes.
Now, if they shoot 65%, 62%, Kelvin, and they shoot 30, 35, 40 free throws, that is a problem.
Yes.
They missed 2 free throws under their average. If they had gone 10 for 14, that's 72%. So, yeah.
And J-Dub, I was talking to DK about this in the break. I said, I thought that we should have tried to run more offense through Brandon Berries because of the way he was going.
He looked real comfortable.
He looked very comfortable. And here I go again. He was playing well within their system.
Yeah.
And so why change it up? And I say change it up because he's the only one who got it going. And I would have wanted him to touch the ball a little bit more, to even if it's just, using him to decoy to get other guys opportunities. But I would have wanted to run it through him a little bit more. And that has been my one criticism is that, I do understand where Coach Lloyd is coming from, that when you run set plays, other teams know your set plays. But I still think the execution of your plays put you in position to be successful. We've watched it for years, the UConns of the world. You watch it in the NBA, and I said this, with such an influence of European ball with him, that's all they do, J-Dub. they run plays. You never see a guy really in the Europe come down and make a move and just go up with the shot. They run several ball screens, stuff, the actions to get their guys going.
Unless their name's Luka, there's very few exceptions.
Very, very few. Luka is James Harden and LeBron. He grew up watching those guys. But besides that, how many guys they let play like that in Europe?
Not many.
Not many. So, but with that being said, that's just my one criticism. Is that I feel like, and I've said this before, not just this year, is that I wish that we ran a few more sets in these situations late game because, you want some control on who's getting those shots as a coach. I know I do. I want to know that the guy, and whoever the guy is that's hot, that's who I'm going to go to, J-Dub. I don't care who it is. I'm looking at the stats, and I'm telling all the guys in the game, hey, he has it going. Let's go to him. If it's you, we'll go to you. And you do that as a coach throughout the season. And so he's been lucky. I mean, they have he's a great team, and so they've been able to win just by running his system. But there comes times, man, where you have to, say, hey, you know what? No, run this. Just like the set play, I will say this, because DK brought this to my attention. That play that they ran to get Barry's a shot, I need more of that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
I will say this, if you look at the shot attempts for the starters, 14, 11, 13, 18, and 8. So the balance is there, as far as shots taken by the starters. Mm-hmm. This offense, Kelvin, as we all know, works best when 4 or 5 of those guys out of 8, 4 or 5 out of the 8 rotation players all are getting a little bit busy because we've seen 10, 10, 10. We've seen so many. They had 3 players in double figures tonight. But what I'm really getting at is with Koa Pete going 2 for 11 and Jaden Bradley going 2 for 8, missing some free throws. When 2 of your main dudes, Kelvin, don't have it going, it's tough because those shots that normally come within that flow, it's whoever's open. Whoever's open is going to take those shots. Yep. A couple of guys are having an off night. That's when you might start to shift your attention, Kelvin, and like you're saying, and make sure that you get together and say, guys, Braden Burries is feeling real comfortable out there right now. Let's get him 20, 25 shots tonight. Maybe spread it around, but make sure that Braden gets good looks.
And I add this. How about let's run a set to get Koa Pete to a spot where he could be, effective.
Yeah.
Right? Because he was playing
too much off ball, too much dribble. Koa, I would say, probably took 8 of those field goal attempts off dribble.
Yeah, I would love to see that cross screen play to get him on the box like that I've seen in the past because Coach do have that play in his repertoire where you get the cross screen and then he comes over on the box with a switch or something and he can go up strong there. We'd just love to see something easy for him.
I just think Karchenkov and Pete, and Burries for that matter, but Karchenkov and Pete in particular are such good cutters behind the defense when you've got aggressive penetrators, and that's what they've got. I mean, Jaden Bradley puts his head down. We've seen Braden Burries do that as well. So I think maybe I'll have to go back and look at the tape. But I think Koa, focusing on his off-ball movement, Kelvin, cutting at the right times, cutting to open spots like he did for that wide-open dunk that he got, right? And that was an action to try to get Koa open on that backside. But a little less off the dribble, spin fadeaways from 12 feet out. I think if his shot selection was a little bit cleaner and he was a little bit more active off ball, he might have had a lot cleaner looks at the rim, regardless of what Badunga was doing blocking shots. Koa Pete is a big dude and play like that.
And I'll say, it was a couple times around the rim. The one thing I always thought about him as far as NBA, it was a couple times that I thought that he didn't look as athletic as he needed to be. As far as you're around that rim, Badunga, we know he's a uber athlete.
Yeah,
right?
He's a pogo stick.
Right, a pogo stick. And I just want to see Koa be able to finish over those type of guys because I know that's one of the questions out as far as with him in the NBA is, do we have that NBA elite athleticism?
And not, even if it's not just straight up over the top, be crafty with it because you know that Badunga's trying to block those shots. So a little shoulder fake, a little head fake in those situations to get those guys up and come around the other side. We've seen him do that so many times this year. It just seemed like today it was more like 2 feet planted, pump fake, and go up in the same place. But coming up from another angle around those shot blockers might have had a little bit more success.
All right, Real Green Hat Podcast checks in, watching the show on the YouTube channel tonight. All the travels, the not call, they didn't call the obvious one, double the foul shots, made them all almost, missed half of ours. That's a 20-point difference because of the refs on top of the bad travel calls. just saying we beat them everywhere else. That's worth looking at with the same consistent ref in the spotlight. That's Real Green Hat Podcast.
Good for the league. That's what Kelvin Efon said. I'm going to go with what Kelvin Efon said.
Absolutely. All right, what happened at the Casino del Sol tonight? Let's find out if anybody beat the
Did
book.
the Cats beat the spread? It's time to find out how we bet the book and if we beat the book. Bet the Book is sponsored by Casino del Sol. Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf.
All right, Arizona was a 1.5-point favorite in this one. Everybody felt good with that number that the Wildcats would win. Of course, they did not win that one, so that's a losing ticket for everyone tonight, including Paul in Phoenix, who had the Wildcats minus 2.5 in whatever book he was frequenting there. So losing tickets there. Over-under was 153.5. Everybody went with the over. The game comes in 82-78, so that is 160. So winning tickets for everyone there. So it's a split for us all. One winning ticket, one losing ticket. Nothing changes in terms of the overall play. Everybody is still in the money after tonight. That's what happened out at the Casino del Sol.
Bet the Book is sponsored by Casino del Sol. Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf.
All right, still a little bit more to go. We'll get a break in here. We'll come back. We'll review what we thought the Cats needed to do to win this game tonight and still get your scoreboard straight ahead. As you heard Nate say in the press conference, players were outside the locker room, so I don't know that we'll get any of that sound tonight. But if we do, we'll put that up on our website just a little bit later. Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day continues after this timeout. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
Ugh, no, not the sink. Not now.
Plumbing issues can put your life on pause. But with anytime emergency scheduling, the neighborly done right promise, and more, Mr. Rooter Plumbing will have your life flowing again in no time.
All fixed. Much better.
Mr. Rooter is proud to cheer on the Cats. Mention this ad for 10% off any plumbing service. A win for the whole family. Bear down, Arizona.
Mr. Rooter Plumbing, a neighborly company.
The dice are hot and the cash is calling at Casino del Sol. Every day, swipe your Club Soul card for a free entry into our Friday drawings at 6 p.m., 7 p.m., and 8 p.m. Plus, every 250 slot or table points gets you an extra entry. If your name is drawn, you'll step up and roll the dice. And if you hit 5 of a kind, you'll take home $5,000 in cool cash. Only at Casino del Sol. Enterprise of the Bosco Yaqui Tribe.
Now that's what I call savings. Truck buyers, this one's for you. Get up to $7,500 off a new 2026 Chevy Silverado and up to $4,500 off a 2025 Chevy Colorado. 2 tough trucks, one place to save. O'Reilly Chevrolet. Call us at 747-8000. See us on Broadway next to Park Place Mall or on the web at O'Reilly.com. O'Reilly Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
O'Reilly Chevrolet. Think of waking up with energy, standing tall and feeling free. Think First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
For over 30 years, Tucson has been putting its trust in First Chiropractic for auto and on-the-job injuries. They're locally owned and a proud sponsor of the U of A radio broadcast. So if you've been injured, make the right choice. First.
First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
Hi, this is Natalie Fernandez with Meridian Wealth Management. As a boutique fiduciary investment firm, our clients have trusted us to guide them down their financial paths for decades. Whether you are an individual or family, business, foundation, or nonprofit, we are committed to your long-term goals and financial futures. We are proud supporters of the Tucson community and all that makes our city so special. Visit online at meridianwealthllc.com to learn more about Meridian today.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
Wildcat fans, why wait for a great night's sleep? At Factory Direct Mattress of Tucson, you get comfort for life and deals you can't get anywhere else. Shop top-rated brands like the award-winning Puffy, Lisa,
and our FDM lineup, all at Factory Direct Savings. No gimmick, no pressure, just comfort that helps you wake up feeling like a champion. Find us at 3936 West Ina Road or at fdmtucson.com. That's fdmtucson.com. Easy to find, easy to save. Stop by today, sleep better tonight, and get ready for Arizona's next victory.
Now is the perfect time to start your next home renovation project. At the Window Depot, you get factory direct prices, no installers, no middleman, and serious savings. Windows, doors, cabinets, countertops, all in stock and ready to take home today. Perfect for DIYers and contractors who want to save thousands and get materials fast. Your project, your timeline, the best prices. Shop online at thewindowdepot.com or visit a location near you.
From offices and warehouses to retail spaces and restaurants, the right lighting transforms your environment. At Arizona Commercial Lighting, we've been proudly locally owned and operated for nearly 40 years. Our extensive inventory of in-stock lighting solutions is designed to meet both commercial and residential needs, with quality, variety, and value you won't find anywhere else. Visit us at 1436 East 17th Street or explore our offerings online at azcommerciallighting.com. Be sure to ask about available TEP rebates. Arizona Commercial Lighting, powering business through precision lighting.
Experiencing the natural wonders comes easy at Rocking K. Nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills, enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. 6 model homes are now open to tour at Del Webb at Rocking K. Here, life is about more than just beautiful homes. It's about the experiences waiting outside your front door at this new 55-plus active adult neighborhood. LiveRockingK.com. Designed by nature. Proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
Wildcat fans, where do you go when the final buzzer sounds? You don't head home. You head to Roadhouse Cinemas and Roadies, Tucson's home court for great food, craft beer, and nonstop fun. At Roadies, you can bowl, throw an axe, play arcade games, or grab a burger while the next game plays on the massive screens. Then, catch the newest movies right next door at Roadhouse Cinemas with luxury recliners and full in-seat dining. Game days, movie nights, anytime. Make it a win at Roadhouse Cinemas and Roadies on the corner of Grant and Swan.
Every day is a balancing act, with work, family, goals, all asking for more. It helps to have tools that meet you at every step and a team that will always be by your side. We're ICCU. We're a credit union that has been helping members achieve financial success since 1940. In fact, we put member success first, one by one, year after year, for 85 years and counting. Now, we're here for you, Tucson. Join us, ICCU.
It's your time to shine. This is Desert Diamond Casino, the spot with Arizona's only hometown sportsbook, the hottest slots and tables, and off-the-charts energy you won't find anywhere else. Here, there's always a fun-filled, action-packed, downright unforgettable night right around the corner. So let your hair down, turn the sparkle all the way up. It's time to live the diamond life. Desert Diamond Casino.
An enterprise of the Thana Ogden Nation.
A Window Depot coverage of the Wildcats rolls on. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Gameday postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Now, back to your hosts, David Kelly, the captain Kelvin Yvonne, and J.W. Madden.
Breeze will inbound to Bradley. He's going to run it the other way. 3 seconds. Bradley down as the ball knocked away. No foul. Steele, Council Jr., it's over. Kansas has won the game. The Wildcats' first loss of the season comes at Fog Allen Fieldhouse.
82-78 in front of 15,300 screaming. Ladies wearing red wigs, some ladies wearing blue wigs, or blue-colored hair. It was that kind of crowd tonight in Lawrence, Kansas. We had a caller, or a texter, I should say, check in on the text groove. Don't have this texter's name. He says, I never blame refs for a loss, but why are you avoiding the officiating? Owaka deserves better. Our guys being thrown across the floor, constant arms over the back of the head, Krivas pushing through constant hacks, endless defensive elbows. The pack is too soft, and then when they aren't, they're too physical.
I can take this one.
Okay.
Because it doesn't matter. Because the game's over. and because it's not relevant to the conversation. Twitter feeds and any message board is a good place to air any grievances that you feel about the refs being responsible for Arizona losing. What we're trying to do is talk about what we saw from the X's and O's, Kelvin, or what we think that maybe they could clean up a little bit. And yes, we could point to one or two calls that Arizona didn't get. We could also point to one or two calls that Kansas didn't get. And that's just the way that every single game works out. So, I've been around this game now for 40 years. When I was in my teens, I might have blamed refs for losses, Kelvin. I'm more mature now, and I don't do that. And so there's nothing you can do. We talked pregame. We talked about who was reffing this game. We named names. Kelvin, it's good for the league and all those things. At the end of the day, Arizona could have overcome all of that and won this game with a little cleaner offense and a couple of stops, right? That's just the way I see it.
520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program.
Oh, real quick.
Kansans, not. Would you say earlier?
I couldn't. I wouldn't. I don't think I'd ever heard of the citizens of Kansas and what they were referred to as, but it's just Kansans or Jayhawkers, apparently.
Jayhawkers, Rock Chalkers, whatever. Let's find out what we thought the Wildcats needed to do to win this game.
Wildcats fans, what are the big keys for today's game? Our keys to the game are brought to you by Royal Automotive Group. Royal Automotive Group, the dealership that is different.
I think the number one thing, you cannot get in foul trouble. Kansas is a team that basically is playing four guards, and then they pick and roll with a big fella looking for lob opportunities, but they're looking to get to the basket, to get to the free throw line. Yes, they shoot the three, but I really think they gets into the lane. So I think we're going to have to be smart with how we guard Trey White, man. I think it's up to him to get penetration versus a Walker or Coy Pete to really make some things happen for them. I also believe that we got to turn the ball over less than 10 tonight. On the road, we can't have more than that because these guys take turnovers and get buckets and dunks and get that crowd going, and you don't want that to happen. And then last, I just think we have to really lock in on Trey White.
Trey White had just 4 points. That was a positive. 1 of 6 from the floor.
Yeah, no, that definitely was a positive. It's just, and I thought that he had the advantage as far as foot speed because he was basically playing the 4, but they ended up playing 2 bigs, which was smart of Coach Self. He started both his bigs, Tiller, and so basically the penetration came down to the point guard being able to be aggressive and make some things happen. So yeah, that was tough right there. I knew that we was going to have to deal with some penetration. I just didn't think that Council would be able to get around our guards as much like that, especially Bradley.
Small guards can sometimes do that against big guards.
Yeah, I say that all the time. That's one thing that we talk about is guard play going into the tournament, and I worried about us because our wings are 6'6", 6'7", 6'4", and sometimes you get against those little jitterbugs, man, and they can make things start going with their speed. So yeah, I mean he was very aggressive tonight. I'm talking about Melvin Council Jr. He was very aggressive, and he got rewarded by getting to the free throw line, and he made us pay.
And he's listed at 6'4".
Yeah, he ain't 6'4".
I didn't know he was from Rochester.
Yeah, I didn't either. You know, you sometimes, man, these guys transfer from the different schools or whatnot, and Coach Seth found him a good one, man. He's been doing that for a while, though. You go back way before even the NIL.
Oh, yeah.
He's been great at finding guys from other schools and getting them to transfer in and play well for him.
Yeah, I mean, I heard on the broadcast that he and JB had played together a bit when they were in school. Because that's where JB's from.
Yeah.
Right? Rochester.
That would make sense.
Oh, my goodness. If I would have knew that. So there was a little bit more personal edge there.
I don't know. I didn't get the full details, but I heard something about some summer ball stuff. So I don't know if they was against each other, with each other, that whole thing. But both being from Rochester, you imagine they know each other. And Toby from Hyde Park is not, it's obviously not upstate, but it's not too far.
My keys. I'm going to go again. Obviously, we talked a lot about Darryn Peterson so far tonight, and I think a lot of what you do to win a game is going to be centered around him. And this is a young man that's had a lot of issues with the cramping this season, so I think a fast-paced game, they're going to want to keep it low. They're a very good defensive team, but if the Wildcats can get Darryn running, maybe he plays less minutes if they have to take him out if he's not feeling well. So a fast-paced game, I think, lends to Arizona having a chance to win this contest tonight. I also think when he gets the ball, you got to body him up. You got to be physical with Darryn Peterson, freshman kid, those big guys in the middle, whether that's Toby Awaka, whether that's Motias Krivas, if he's going to be guarded out front by Ivan Karchinkov. Be physical with Darryn Peterson tonight. I think that's going to be key. I talked about the blocking of shots, and I think that's, ball fakes are going to be crucial in this ball game. Make sure you get your ball fake. Make sure you know where the defender is on your body and get the ball up crisply to the rim so you don't have those opportunities for Budunga to swat that ball away tonight. Those are the things I think Arizona needs to win. And just, again, keep your calm. It's a hostile environment. It's going to be loud, but this team has done that this season. And if they keep their calm, they'll get out of there with win number 24. 8 blocks. I mean, that's not. I mean, it seemed like it was more than 8, but that was the official number on the stat sheet. But again, teams like that can change the trajectory of the shots, or the teams that worry me moving forward when you have guys like Flory Budunga who can really cause issues for you there on the inside, especially against drivers and younger players like Braden Burries. Kelvin, you mentioned that would have been nice to see him maybe try to give up that last drive there to somebody else versus try to take it and make the shot himself. So
well, I love the drive. I just thought that you knew the whole game that Budunga was coming over, right, J-Dub?
Yeah.
He's coming over, so you got to kind of look for that. He kind of
what you do there is you stop.
Huh?
You stop. That's a slow down right there. Because what he did was he put a hezi on Budunga, got right by him with speed and momentum. What is that dude known for? He's known for, go watch some highlight packages.
Chasing you down.
Like Flory Budunga comes from 8 feet away to block shots all the time. So in hindsight, Braden Burry's right there. If he does the little Luka slow step, then Budunga's on his back. That's a foul. He's at the line.
Or pump that play off 2 feet, as they say, and pump fake right there.
Play
off 2 feet and pump fake. Now he's all over your back because he's gonna jump. He was coming to jump, and that just
almost hit Braden's head, almost with that block, but Braden got his head right out of the way. So it was that close to being a foul as well. It was just great body control by Flory right there because he did come over the top and blocked it, and Braden tried to finish outstretched with his right hand. It was just a really nice block.
J-Dub's keys.
Yeah, for me, starts real simple. All games are Motias Krivas, Tobe Awaka, and Koa Peak games. But this game, primarily, those 3 guys need to do early work and often work. And I say that because Kansas is very athletic, but like Kelvin said, 4 guards, they're not very deep. Past the, Flory Budunga, they don't necessarily have a lot of rim protection outside of their, wing players coming down. So I'd like to see Arizona right from the start punish Kansas, be smart about those post passes. Obviously, going to try to get over the top of the post ups and try to steal the ball away. Be smart with the post passes. But those 3 guys, Mo, Tobe, and Koa, I'd like to see 40-plus points, 25 rebounds, that kind of thing. Just impose your will. Darryn Peterson, to me, is the big key. I think you got to be really physical with him on those high ball screens. He's an NBA-level ISO scorer. We know what Ivan Karchinkov has done all year. I'm sure there'll be a lot of moments where Dwayne Aristo gets that assignment, Del Orso as well. Whoever's on him, make sure that you're as physical as you can be, fighting around those screens like we've seen Ivan Karchinkov do time and time again, and be physical with him on penetration as well. Bump him off his driving line. I think if he shoots less than 40%, Arizona's going to be okay. And number 3, I think offense is great, but defense, we just saw it. They held, their last opponent under 50 points. Be wary of the backside lob passes. That's something Coach Self and with all their athletes love to do. Close out really hard, but balanced on shooters. Help the helper. I think if Arizona holds Kansas, 45 or under and wins the rebounding battle by 10 or 15, they win by a couple possessions in Lawrence tonight.
Just 23 for the 3 bigs in terms of points in the game.
Yeah, I think we've talked quite a bit about it. I'm not sure what was going on with Tobe outside of maybe a little bit of physicality there. I think Koa played well defensively. I think he could probably be the first to tell you that it maybe wasn't his best offensive showing, just from the sake of shot selection, Kelvin, more than anything. So I think it's really tough. Mo Krivas came to work, but with a front line like that and a team that's going to play, now obviously they did start two bigs, not something they've been doing all year, but it was a really perimeter-heavy lineup. I just think the collapsing on drivers and trying everything they could to prevent any kind of post passes. And the other thing that they did that we haven't talked about was instantly double anything that was 8 feet or in, right? So anytime that Krivas, anytime that Koa, anytime that Tobe caught the ball within 8 feet, they got an instant double to harass, and they usually kick the ball right back out. So they had a really good defensive game plan. I got to give all the credit to Kansas, and I just think that if you impose your will with those three dudes, there's not many teams in America that can really slow them down.
I mean, they had 10. Arizona had 10. The first 10 points were paint points. I mean, it looked like it was going to be a dominant night like that. But
yeah, I was like, oh, Badinka can't block our shot. Early in the game, the hook shots from Krivas, like I said, I would have kept going to that, man. I'm just one of them old school type of coaches, old school type of
if
players.
If it ain't broke.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, we finna, feed them. That's what I would.
20 shots from Mo and 30 shots for Braden.
That's what type of day it was. I mean, you see, that's what they did with their guys.
Yeah, no.
That's what
exactly.
they did with their guys.
Yeah,
so that's what you have to do sometimes to get it done. You go back and look at some of our great teams. That's what Khalid and Damon had to do. So yeah, sometimes that's the way you have to get it done. It doesn't matter.
Especially if your strength is offensive rebounding and their strength is not defensive rebounding.
And you said that we had 23 points. They had 41 points between their two bigs.
Right.
So that's a killer.
All right, that's what we thought the Wildcats needed to do to win in Lawrence. It did not happen.
Those were today's keys to the game. They're brought to you by Royal Automotive Group. Royal Automotive Group, the dealership that is different.
All right, 82-78, Wildcats fall. Kelvin, final thoughts?
I just laughed to myself right now because I said, man, I've been waiting to say some of this stuff all season. We've been winning all year, so you have to keep any little stuff that you saw kind of to yourself, because you're winning. So, you can't really criticize, but, there's a couple things, man. Again, like J-Dub said, like the caller, Brad called in and said, man, 23-0, man, 23-1 at this time of the season, 10-1 in conference. I mean, what more could you ask for? You didn't get blowed out. You got beat, and there's some stuff on this film that you can use to help, that you're going to need to help make you a better team, right? So I just think that, and I think coach is going to have to trust that bench a little bit more. I think he's got to trust that bench just a little bit more.
2 points in the second half, guys, I just noticed.
From the bench.
Yeah. So you got to trust them a little bit more, and they got to trust themselves a little bit more. I thought Aristal should have got a few more minutes in that second half. I thought he was playing well. To me, 2 or 3, 1 for 2 from the three, and I thought he was playing well. But besides all that, man, hey, this is just one loss. We're really going to find out a lot more about these guys in the upcoming weeks. With Texas Tech coming right around the corner, you don't want any letdown or hangover from this too. That's what I'm going to be looking at the Texas Tech game to see, is there any hangover from some of the stuff that I saw in this game right here. But excited for that Texas Tech game as much as I know Coach Lord and the guys are.
All right. College Game Day will be in town on Saturday. Kelvin, we will see you then.
Yes, sir.
Bring your roses.
That is the captain, Kelvin Efon. One final timeout scoreboard, and we'll wrap it up after this. You're listening to Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Ready to score a new vehicle? Whether you are looking for a new car, truck, or electric vehicle, at Royal Kia, we know exactly what you want. A quality vehicle at a great price and to be treated fairly. We stand by our transparent online pricing, offer a 72-hour buyback guarantee, and you work with our no-pressure, non-commissioned sales staff. Royal Kia, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer installed options, and $589 doc fee. Royal Kia, Speedway in Columbus, or royalkia.com.
JT Auto, where customers are family. Trust your vehicle to JT Auto Professional and reliable automotive repair and maintenance services. JT Auto is conveniently located off Fort Lowell and Country Club. Open Monday through Friday. JT Auto is a full-service auto shop with satisfaction guaranteed, offering you the best in tires and wheels, auto repair, oil changes, computer diagnostics, suspension and brake service, and heating and AC. Bring your car to JT Auto, where customers are family. 623-7066. That's 623-7066.
Do you often worry you left your garage door open? With the LiftMaster Garage Door Opener powered by MyQ, you'll never worry again. You can control, secure, and monitor your garage from your smartphone anytime from anywhere through the MyQ app. As an authorized LiftMaster dealer, we have smart openers designed for your needs, including belt drive motors for ultra-quiet operation, integrated camera for live video streaming, and battery backup that lets you in when the power is out. The team at Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates are your locally owned LiftMaster professionals. Visit kaisergarage.com to learn more.
At Goldberg and Osborne, we know Arizona. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we've fought and won cases for the injured since 1989. Throughout our history, we've approached every case with a single focus: you. And we've got thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Put us to work for you by calling 1-800-THE-EAGLE today.
Hi, I'm Jordan Benjamin with Done Right Services. When your home or business needs HVAC, plumbing services, or electrical work, choose a genuine local Tucson company, Done Right Services. With decades of trusted experience and upfront pricing, Done Right Services treats every customer like a valued neighbor. From upgrades to urgent repairs, our licensed professionals deliver quality, care, and craftsmanship you can count on, getting it done right. Call Done Right Services today at 520-369-3966 because you deserve it done right.
Day in and day out, we're inundated with commercials asking to review your portfolio or telling you to get a second opinion. This is Natalie Fernandez with Meridian Wealth Management, and I want to share the advice I give people every day. Talk to 3 different advisors at 3 different firms. It's important to understand their differences and find someone you can trust. I want Meridian to be one of your 3, and then you will decide who is best for you. To learn more, call us at 719-1433 today.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up with science.
You mean they don't use yesterday's newspaper?
No, they use the latest in technology and innovation to eliminate bugs, bees, termites, weeds, and more.
So no as seen on TV salt guns?
Nope, only solutions that target insect biology, using chemistry to help protect the environment, people, and their pets.
You are so smart.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up. Call 886-3029 or visit essentialpest.com.
Back your hometown favorite. Get your very own exclusive University of Arizona debit card from Hughes Federal Credit Union. Pair your new card with a free checking account that earns dividends with no monthly fees, no minimum balance, and convenient 24/7 online and mobile banking. Visit one of our 7 convenient branch locations to get your card instantly or open an account online at hughesfcu.org/wildcats. Show your Wildcat spirit all year long with Hughes Federal Credit Union. Certain restrictions apply. Insured by NCUA.
February weather in the Old Pueblo is beautiful. It's the time of year to go outside and enjoy the great outdoors. Springtime will be coming soon, and so will the Arizona heat. Now's the time to plan for the long, hot summer that we all know is coming. Now, for a limited time, we are offering 5-year, no-interest financing on Rheem air conditioning and heating systems, OAC. Call now, 520-492-0748, or book your appointment online at PictureRocksCooling.com.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating and Plumbing.
A Window Depot coverage of the Wildcats rolls on. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Now, back to your hosts, David Kelly, the captain, Kelvin Yvonne, and J.W. Madden.
Set it up from there. Bradley going to drive on Jackson. Throw it back out to Burries. Previs setting a screen. Burries out top, checked by Badunga, drives on Badunga to the bucket, blocked by Badunga, and grabbed by Council, and he's fouled by Previs. That might be it with 16.4 to go.
82-78, number 9 Kansas knocks off top-ranked Arizona to hand the Wildcats their first loss of the season. Mo Previs, though, in this game became the first Wildcat in some 16 years to have 10 rebounds and 5 blocks against a top 10 opponent. Jordan Hill was the last to do that for Arizona. Let's check up on a light night on the scoreboard.
Let's take a look at what's happening today around the rest of the country. The Wildcats Radio 1290 Game Day Scoreboard is brought to you by Goldberg and Osborne. Goldberg and Osborne, Arizona's leading injury law firm.
Only two other games involving ranked teams. One game in the Big Ten of note. Indiana beat Oregon 92-74. Lamar Wilkerson scored 41 points in that game for the Indiana Hoosiers. Oregon is now 1-12. 1-12.
Nuts, man.
In the Big Ten.
I looked it up, and he's only had one losing season.
Yeah.
In
Dana
the last,
Altman.
Yeah, Dana Altman, the head coach at Oregon. He's only had one conference season with the upside down record in 35 years. Like ever since he got to Creighton before he got to Oregon.
In overtime, in the Ivy League, Yale beat Howard. Oh no, Howard. I thought that was Harvard. It was Howard, so that was not an Ivy League game. But Howard pushing Yale to overtime before the what's Yale? The Bulldogs. The Bulldogs beat the Bison 87-81 in D.C. tonight. Ranked teams, 17th ranked St. John's in overtime over Xavier 87-80, and number 24 Louisville blew out North Carolina State. Mikel Brown Jr., 45 points, 9 rebounds, 3 steals. It seems like we're seeing a lot more 40-point games this year.
10 triples.
10 three-pointers from Mikel?
He made 10 three-pointers.
Wow. Could have used some of those tonight. Yeah. A lot of 40-point games of late. I don't know who will be the first. I was going to ask this question. Will we see, speaking of Mo Krivas, will we see, got the wrong shot up there. I get that one up there. Will we see Mo Krivas get a triple-double with 10 blocks before his time here is over, do you think?
I mean, what do you have, 7 tonight?
6.
It's 6? I mean, yeah. I mean, I think that the thing is I don't know that he'll play enough minutes to do that, but I wouldn't put it past him. I mean, his mobility, the shots he's blocking this year, DK, are not the shots he was blocking the last 2 years. He's coming off his man, pursuing guys to reject balls that you wouldn't think he could get to. So, yeah, I mean, I think the potential, there's no doubt that, I mean, Mo Krivas should get 10 rebounds every game. If they feed him, he should get 10 points every game. So it's just a matter of playing against a team that's slightly undersized, that drives to the rim a lot. And, yeah, you could definitely see it.
All right, that's a light night on the scoreboard in college basketball.
Let's take a look at what's happening. The Wildcats Radio 1290 Game Day Scoreboard is brought to you by Goldberg and Osborne. Goldberg and Osborne, Arizona's leading injury law firm.
All right, one other thing on the scoreboard real quick. The Arizona Thunderbirds Intercollegiate Women's Golf Tournament is happening out at Tucson Country Club today and yesterday and today. Today's final round. We're actually going to be out there live for DK on the Sports Tip coming up a little bit later today. Stanford has the lead after the first 2 rounds at 5 under. Baylor at 9 over is in second place. Arizona right now in third place at 11 over. Stanford is the number 1 team in the country, so no surprise that they have the lead in that tournament. Looking forward to getting out to TCC on another beautiful day tomorrow, and we'll have some interviews with Giovanna Maiman and some of the ladies after the conclusion of the Thunderbird Intercollegiate Golf Tournament tomorrow. All right, J-Dub, do we have a song choice?
I tried, man. I've been looking for the last 10 minutes for. I typed in sad songs into APM Music, and I checked our entire our catalog that we have already in house, and nothing really fits the bill. So I think I'd rather do some kind of group, put our heads together, get some input from some of our listeners, and maybe we'll figure out a song to play.
Who sang that? I guess that's why they call it the
Well, the issue is streaming on YouTube and all the songs that we're not allowed to play on there. So I can't really play a lot of songs, but I can find something for the next time, if there is a next time that Arizona loses.
Loving like children. Who sang that, though? That's Billy. That's Elton John. Thank you.
Yes.
Elton John. All right, so we will not have a song. We'll just wrap it up for you. Thanks to all the people that were a part of this broadcast tonight. Dusty Dale, as always, on the FM side, 107.5 K-Hit. David Dragon Ball Amata on the AM side here, Wildcats Radio 1290. For Calvin Efon and JW Madden, my name is David Kelly, giving you that final score one more time from Fog Allen Fieldhouse in Lawrence, Kansas. Number 9, Kansas hands the top-ranked Arizona Wildcats their first loss of the season, 82-78, the final. We'll talk to you again at 3 o'clock from Tucson Country Club and the Arizona Thunderbird Intercollegiate Women's Golf Tournament. Have a great rest of your morning. In fact, as we like to say, good morning from Tucson, Arizona.
As America's #1 motorcycle insurer, Progressive has your back.
Oh, like roadside assistance.
Oh yeah, Progressive offers that.
Great. Do you have plans Saturday? My cousin canceled and I'd love to have someone to ride with.
Actually, we just do insurance, not riding buddies.
Cool, let's meet at noon. Actually, scratch that. 10 a.m., you and me, breakfast at a diner.
To be clear, Progressive has your back for insurance only. So get a quote and see if you can save.
Okay, so if you beat me there, get me the Lumberjack special. We can share.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Roadside assistance may require comprehensive coverage.
Kohl's gets it. Valentine's Day comes with expectations. Grand expectations, telepathic expectations, and heart-shaped everything expectations. Yes, even waffles. Kohl's has gifts that rise to the occasion. From romantic to playful, sparkly to sweet, or all of the above. Plus, get 15% off some of your finds. So go ahead, exceed those Valentine's Day expectations with Kohl's. Select styles, offer ends February 16th. Some exclusions apply. See store, kohls.com for details.
Thank you for listening to this special presentation from Wildcats Radio 1290. We now return you to your regular scheduled programming.
It's about like killing somebody.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mela, Shama. If I'm being honest, then I told you before the show, I played it on YouTube like four or five times. I've been saying Shumea for like hours. I love it. I get it.
It's like one of the best entrances literally ever. And
Yeah,
Damian Priest's face is in the first 5 seconds of the video. He's just standing there, brute, menacing. I like Damian Priest. He's a cool dude.
It was so badass.